Out the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas. What's going on? We are live from the boxing section. Listen, we got the late nights back popping. All right, we've been consistently dropping episodes at night. Late night boxing talk is back. Okay, the boxing section was built on late night boxing talk, and we're back with the late night boxing talk, and we ain't going no place. Shout out to my dog Piro in the fucking building. Shout out to my boy Combo, always in the building. I appreciate y'all too, man. More than anything, y'all will never know how much I appreciate y'all, dog. Truly appreciate y'all. And my next dog coming in here, you know what I'm saying? We call him DMX, damn near. Because he got the Gotham City Bullies. If you're looking for a dog, they will be ready in a couple of weeks. They got to get their shots and their paperwork, and they'll be ready to go for purchase. We talking about my homeboy, man. He's a dog lover, man. Shout out to my dog, Gotham City Bullies in the dog.
What's good, Kyle? Appreciate the intro. Before you start with the late night boxing talk, I got a question though.
What up?
So last show I was on, you had told me that you ran into Thurman, and I just so happened to see the short like maybe 10 minutes ago. What happened before that camera got cut on?
No, the camera's already on. So my homeboy says, "Yo, there's two videos. There's actually two parts to that video, right? I broke them down because I couldn't put both of them up, but the whole video is actually on my page. So what happened was, I said, when you gonna fight Boots? He said, when it matters to me. And that's when we proceed to have our conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know that conversation.
You know, most times people get loud.
I just know what he's saying to you. I don't, and you look turned down. I just got, that's why I'm asking you. It looked like you had your moment and you got under his skin, but all I see is him barking on you. I don't really know what you're saying. I might have to look at the other video. You know what I'm saying? I just saw the back of your head. It just looked like he was barking on you. Yeah, what up, podcast about, man?
What's up with him, my boy? Cal was out there talking about fight Boots, and Keith Thurman was saying, "Nigga, I'm gonna fight you."
Yo, that's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? But I remember Kyle was like, "Yo, I can't stand Keith Thurman." So the fact that he like got face to face with him, I'm like, "Oh shit, what happened?" You know what I'm saying?
He was trying to put Cal ass on the injured reserve.
Oh shit!
Oh, man, I guess he held his own though. He was more so. I think he was just telling you, like, man, fight Boots. Like, nigga, you saying it ain't worth nothing. That's why we didn't get you an Earl Spence fight or whatever.
Oh, he was hitting him with the truth.
Yeah, he didn't like him when he told him the truth.
Yeah, he was hitting him with that shit.
Oh, with
Okay.
that I hit him with the Earl Spence. So because he was like Earl is worth more money today than he was when I had the belt, and I was like, okay, what the fuck does that got to do with you? You ain't the reason why he big.
But I don't think that's what he was saying. It wasn't worth it to fight Errol at the time that everybody wanted him to fight Errol because there wasn't no money in it. But now it's a money play. He like, yeah, nigga, I'll fight that nigga now.
Yeah, but I think the problem is, right, because that goes without saying. Like, even the conversation surrounding Bud right now as the like what he should do next.
What
You know
up,
what I'm
Chris?
saying?
What up, Chris? Appreciate you for sliding through like always, bro. Thank you.
Like the money do, but I think he could have just said that from the door, and no one would have had a problem with it.
Right.
The
If he would have
problem
said
that I
that even
have,
with the Errol shit.
the problem that I have is the same reason why we didn't get the Earl fight. Is the same reason why we're not gonna get the Deron Ennis fight.
Well, that's even with Bud though. Like, it doesn't make sense for Bud to
Yeah,
fight Gerard Ennis right now if he has nothing for me to gain.
I mean,
It's not gonna be the
especially
biggest
But
cash fight.
listen. Bud has more of a reason not to fight Deron Ennis than Keith Thurman. What does Keith Thurman have? Keith Thurman ain't got no belt. He ain't get no money. He ain't fought in 2 years. He
they
needs
got
to
they
fight.
got they got the same issue: risk and reward. Like the reward ain't big
Exactly.
enough to fight him.
The factors that factor in if he loses to Boots. He has no bargaining chip, no nothing after that fight. He loses.
He don't got a bargaining chip now, Coop. That's what I'm telling you.
He do. He's coming off a victory, right?
Yeah,
Former champion coming off a victory.
Listen,
and unlike Boots, he showed up.
Earl and Terrence Crawford, they both said the same thing about Keith Thurman. They're not going to fight him because when they wanted their chance at Glory, he didn't give it to him.
And then they're gonna do the same thing to
Boots.
To Boots.
Like
no, because
Boots right
it's
now.
not
the pot calling the kettle black.
Listen,
y'all doing the
it's
same
not
thing.
It's first of all, it's not the same thing.
Kyle,
It's
you
not.
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not the same thing, right? Because there was no other fights for Keith Thurman to make but that fight.
Well, wasn't that just Errol's mandatory and he made another fight? Like,
What are you
regardless
talking
of it, wasn't Keith Thurman just Errol mandatory and he said, I ain't fighting that nigga and went and fought Bud, right?
No, that's not how that happened.
No, but he was his mandatory
listen to me,
before he
bro.
signed the fight with Bud,
You
right?
gonna let me talk or you gonna just overtalk
I'm just asking you a question.
I'm trying to explain something to you.
Okay, but was he his mandatory or not? That's all I wanted to know.
No. What sanctioned the body?
They didn't sanction Keith Thurman and Errol to be his mandatory before he signed on to fight Bud.
No.
Yes, they did. I've sent you multiple
and I'm gonna
posts
tell
about
you,
that.
and let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
Because that you don't know. Unifications trump mandatories. So if Bud and Spence are fighting for a unification bout, they don't have to fight a mandatory.
But it wasn't no fight on the horizon. Like, this is before the negotiation for the first fight. They made him his mandatory. So of course the unification would trump it. But nigga, he was your mandatory before you had a fight.
SFC, what's up with it, bro? What sanction the body was this though, Coop?
Let me do my Googles and I'll be right.
Do your Googles because I don't know that to be true. Him being nobody mandatory is a fight that they was talking about because the Bud and Earl fight wasn't happening at the time. They tried to put him in the mix, but he wasn't never gonna get that fight because Earl Spence already said he wasn't gonna fight the nigga.
Yo, but
period.
Kyle, the problem is Bud and Earl just did 650, right? That's what's reported, 650. And that's the biggest fight. That was the fighter that, you know what I'm saying? What you think Bud and Ennis gonna do? Bud only option really, if not Thurman, it is Spence, really.
No, it's not. He can move up. Charlo. Listen, hold on.
Charlo just got stripped.
Listen. He still got Charlo. Period. He still got Charlo. That's still a big fight. because Charlo still got 3 belts. He still got 3 out of the 4 belts. You got Tim Tszyu. That's a viable option. The Earl Spence fight is a viable option. So you don't have to go with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not even he ain't even like 5th on the totem pole, bro. There's 1,000 other people to fight besides Keith Thurman.
When the first negotiation failed for Bud and Errol in January, the WBC mandated Keith Thurman as Errol Spence's mandatory opponent at 154.
No, they made him the WBC #1 contender. He was never mandated. PBC was always pushing for that fight. They always wanted Errol to fight Keith Thurman, but Errol always stood on that square. It's like, I'm not fighting that nigga, because when it was time for him to fight me, he didn't fight me. The only way Errol was going to fight him was at 154, just to spite him. I'm only going to make 147 for Bud. That's what he always said.
I still believe the WBC, bro. They do what they want, bro. Come on.
They do what they want, Hero. Suleiman just be making shit up as he go along, bro.
Hey, man. You don't hear
like,
the
it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Like, even though I think Devin Haney should have fought Tank, it's crazy how, you know, he didn't get that same franchise belt leeway shit that other fighters got.
I mean, you don't hear him complaining.
Nah, because I think he was gonna move out the division anyway. But I think once you move out the division, and once you take a fight in another division, you should have to give up your belt.
But why can't you? But see, that's what my problem is. Why can't you do? But why can't you fight in both divisions, though?
Why can't you what?
I should be able to defend my belt in both divisions, though.
Yeah, how realistic is that, man?
Very.
Because think about it. Think about it. You not gonna defend 5 belts, dog. Like, let's stop the shit for a second. He's not gonna defend 5 belts. Because you got to defend that belt. You got to defend the belt at 140, and you got 4 belts at 135. You got to defend. You got to fight Shakur, and you got to fight Tank, and you got to fight whoever's in the WBO. You got to fight whoever's in the IBF. Like, he's going to continue to have mandatory after mandatory after mandatory after mandatory. He really have to fight 2-3 times a year, bro. And he's not going to do that in 2 different divisions. He's not going to keep going up to 40, come back down to 35, go back to 40, come back to 35. To me, that's just not realistic. I believe once you decide to move up, you should have to relinquish all your belts. It's one thing to want to be great, and I even said the same shit back when. And this goes all the way back to Jones and Tarver. Like, Roy Jones should have had to give up his shit. If you want to go chase greatness, quote unquote, you should have to give up your titles, man. Why hold up a whole nother division? Because then we have these arguments about, well, this guy ain't fought a champion. This guy wasn't a champion. He was never a champion in this weight class. Well, how can he become a champion when the champion is constantly trying to move around defending his titles or not fighting the #1 contender in that weight class? And that's the same shit I say about 168 right now. Like, Canelo's moving in a way where Benavidez is never going to get to be a champion again until Canelo gets out the way or fights him. Morrell is never going to get to elevate himself to super champion unless Canelo gets out the way or fights him. So we get stuck in these arguments. Andre's the same way. Andre's the #1 guy in the WBO right now. So we own his helmet about, never fighting a champion, but the champion won't fight him because they're steady moving and shaking in different divisions. So I agree with the strip of Jermell Charlo. Just like I think Jamal Charlo should be stripped because he ain't fought in 2.5 years. If you're not going to defend that belt, man, give it up and let somebody else fight.
No, it's not how it works, DJ. Sorry.
I know it's not how it works, but that's how it should work, Hero.
Well, it's never going to happen because, like, our opinion doesn't matter. They don't listen to us,
Yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
right?
Fans pick and choose, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, fans pick and choose, man. Depending on who the guy is, they pick and choose.
Yeah, man. I call it out. I call all of it out. But ain't nobody listen to me.
No, hell no, Piro. That's too much like right. I'm gonna say this though. This is what I'll say, right? Me and DJ are gonna be in Atlanta next weekend. God damn it, I can't fucking wait. Y'all don't even understand how long I've been waiting to get to a fight in Atlanta. Goddamn, I'm gonna be in Atlanta 2 weekends in a row. Who's riding?
Who's fighting over there?
So, my young homie out of Oakland,
Okay.
David Lopez, and my homeboy, y'all know him, Prince Albert Bell, is also fighting on that card. So I got to be there. I got to be. I just got to be there.
He might be next up for that. Whoever he might be next up between
No.
Navarrete and
he is next up. That's the thing about it. He is.
Well, I mean, Kyle, come on, man. You know how boxing works, but he should be next up after he wins next week, and he doesn't take any injury.
Yeah.
Was it overtime?
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. He's a world champion if he gets his shot, because ain't nobody beating him at 130 in the WBO. That's for damn sure.
Who's a promoter?
I think he's like he kind of independent, but I think he does a lot of shit with Lou DiBella.
Yeah, he ain't getting that shot.
No, I mean he's the mandatory. Sometimes it just got to be how it's gonna be.
Yeah, but the mandatories mean nothing, bro. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, you're right, Piro. You're right. But listen, man, have some faith, Piro. Case a friend of the program. Goddamn it.
Nah, bro. Come on, man. I mean, like literally, like, come on, bro. Ain't no hope.
That's what I'm saying. He should be next up. I think he's ranked number 2 in the WBO right now.
Yeah,
I think he's right behind Valdez in the WBO. So
Shakur about to fight Linares for the title, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, but I think but you know what?
Hey,
We're
I
gonna
got a
get
question.
Yeah.
So, at 147, right? Bud is now the unified champion, right? How is there another belt out there that Boots have?
It's an interim
unifying, bringing all the belts together.
That's an interim belt. It's an interim belt.
The interim belt.
Interim belt, like what?
That's a JV belt. That's a JV belt, even though he got to pay sanctioning fees when he fight.
Yeah, it's the same belt that Tim Tszyu has. So it's a belt, so I can like not fight one dude, and when that dude drops the belt, I become the champion by beating nobody.
Damn near.
Yeah, if Bud decides to vacate the belts and move up to 154, or just vacate the belts rather, either they'll elevate Jaron Ennis as IBF champion, or they'll make him fight the number 2 guy in the IBF for the vacant belt.
So
what I'm hoping for,
interim belts get upgraded automatically. Interim belts.
What I'm hoping for is Stanley Onis, Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Because they both got those secondary belts. Mm-hmm. So whoever wins gets both belts. So
if he moves up, then all of those belts are just in the air, and somebody got to go win them.
Yeah,
nobody's got to.
So is there an interim for every belt, or just
most? No, just for the fighters that have like
in the IBF.
Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, who have the populars, the entitled fighters, the ones that don't have to do shit.
Yeah, but if we can get that Stanley,
but the crazy part about it is Boots he'll no longer be interim champion after January, because you can only hold on to that title for 12 months.
Yeah, but I mean, Bud's gonna move up to the 154 for Tim Tszyu, so he'll be made champion.
And I like that fight. I think Bud would just outbox the shit out of him, because Tony Harris could have outboxed him.
Now Tony Harris couldn't, because by the time he's undefeated. But yeah, Tim Tszyu is definitely overhyped off those 2 losses. I mean, off those 2 wins. Excuse me.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Boots getting his chance and seeing Bud go up and weight. You know what I'm saying? I said this 3 years ago what was going to happen. Everybody told me I was dumb, but I tried to tell everybody what was going to happen. And
his chance at what though?
Huh?
His chance at what?
The belt.
I mean, he already has the belt.
No, what I'm saying is, but like to win a belt, like the real belt, like to be crowned world champion at 140.
Yeah, he has to beat Bud Crawford to do that.
Yeah, but I don't see that fight happening at 147. It's probably gonna happen at 154.
No, I know. That's why they're gonna make him the champion after Bud vacates.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when they make him the champion and then Stanionis is the champion, then we'll get a unification bout.
Maybe. I mean, why would they fight if they just got a free
if
belt?
Bud drops them belts, then next thing you know, Alexis Rocha is gonna pop up in a vacant title fight, and man, who is like, since I believe Virgil's gonna move up too, like there really won't be any resistance for Boots after Bud leaves the division. After Bud and Spence and Virgil leaves the division, there really won't be any resistance, in my opinion.
No.
Have him fight Karen again. There'll be some resistance.
Yeah, we all know Keith Thurman ain't fighting nobody. So
yo, DJ, would you pick Earl to beat Boots at 47?
Not the version of Errol Spence we saw versus Terrence Crawford.
No, because that fight ain't happening.
Yeah, I know.
Earl is gone. Earl is gone. So he's going to 54. So yeah, that fight ain't happening.
Would you pick him though?
That's like well, I don't know.
I would. I just wouldn't put no money on him.
Are you hard-headed, huh, Piero?
No. I just like literally like Boots hasn't beat nobodies. I mean, literally he's beaten nobodies. So I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be is Earl really
what about the style?
Not?
What about the style of the fight?
Yeah. Boots is nothing like Terrence Crawford.
But his style is.
I wouldn't say that.
Nah,
that Bud is gonna. Why wouldn't I just change my style to the style that Bud fought? If
you can't just change the style like that. Like
I mean, they have a similar style to Pro.
He's got great footwork.
I have to look at it again, but I mean, come on, we can't compare Boots to Bud, bro.
We're not comparing, but I'm just saying, like styles make fights. So I seen what beat him.
No, I seen what beat him too, but nobody's like brought it up, which is funny.
What I'm saying is the Jaron Ennis is fucking talented, bro. We talking about switching, fucking jab, power. He can work in the inside, he outside fight. I mean, he can do everything you want. Anything you ask for a fighter to be, Boots is.
We can't ask him to cut the ring off.
And ring IQ is overrated a bit too as well.
Did he win the fight every round, or did he lose the fight? Which one was it?
Did he get frustrated because he couldn't cut the ring off?
Did he win the fight, or did he lose the fight?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously we all know the answer, but I'm just saying, like, what he's gonna need, like, if he fights, certain dudes.
I mean, you can fight but Karen doesn't fight like that. Karen, however you say his name, he doesn't fight like that.
Chuka, something or other.
Yeah, he doesn't fight like that because I saw his last fight after he fought Boots. He walked the guy down and stopped him. So he doesn't fight like that. And the fact that he came in there on pure survival mode, you could fight Boots like that, but it's not conducive to winning. You're not going to beat him. You can fight him like that, but you're not going to beat him.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. That's what it is.
That was my takeaway for that. Like, people see different things when they watch fights, but that was my takeaway. The guy was in there running for his life, and you can do that. And the big criticism on Jaron Ennis because he didn't get a knockout and extend his knockout streak was, oh man, he can't cut off the ring, or he looked bad, he was missing bad. Which all those things are true.
And
but at the same time, he did not lose 1 second of that fight.
Yeah, he did. He lost
12. Took damage in that fight. That boy was.
He didn't take no damn damage, man.
The boy was catching him with some good shots.
I didn't see no damage. And the 12 he was, and the 12 he was piecing him up. Actually, I thought it for like a little, maybe a little standing there.
He was catching him with some good shots.
When Karen actually fought, he was actually pretty effective.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think his dad as a coach, he might want to like just how we saw like kind of like Earl just get totally destroyed, made look like an amateur. Like he might want to like reconsider or bring in another coach because like there's some basic things that he could have done with Karen to make that fight a whole lot easier. And I mean these are basic things.
Why y'all always trying to put these drug tests on people? Monster Inoue win in a great fashion. Y'all say he need to be drug tested. Combo in the comments talking about Boots need to be drug tested. I mean, Bud needs to be drug tested.
Combo with the bullshit, man.
Stop it, bro.
Combo stay on that bullshit though.
I told you about the stacked raps, bro. The hypocrisy in that.
I'll tell you this though, and this the honest to God truth, man. I believe Monster Inoue is a really good fighter, man. God damn it.
Okay.
He is a really good fighter. He is a really good fighter.
I was gonna leave.
He's a hell of a fighter. Great competitor.
Man, listen. Y'all,
no lies.
Listen. If you know me, listen. If you know me, you know. Cool Boy is one of my favorite fighters. Period.
Mm-hmm.
When I started this channel, he was one of the main people that looked out, that helped out. You feel what I'm saying? He the reason why I got the documentary done with Josh. Everything, bro. And so my infinity for him losing, it was way more sad than Earl because I mean I like Earl my favorite fighter, whatnot.
So that's a nice way to put it, Kyle. Your ass was sad as shit, bro.
Man,
yeah, man.
I was depressed.
You look bad.
That's a nice way to put it, bro. You was sick.
I didn't go live for 2 days. Bro.
Everybody said he gonna go cry in the car.
Yeah, man, it's all good, bro. Everybody's got a fucking fight.
I mean, I saw your eyes swelling up a little bit, but it's all right though, man.
Don't let these jerk off shame you with having a favorite fighter.
Hey, listen.
Been back to your channel since the Cowboys lost. So
hey, listen. I didn't cry myself to sleep. I whined myself to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, bro. But I mean, don't listen to these assholes saying like, "Oh, if you're a man fan, you can't be a fan of boxing, man." That's a bunch of baloney.
I don't listen to these motherfuckers, man. And what I'll say is, congratulations to Red Spikes, Bomac, Saul, Steven Nelson, and Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? They also helped me start my podcast. So, these people like I ain't gonna lie, man. Boxing's been good to me, man. You know what I mean? I've been on the winning side a lot more times than I've been on the losing side. Goddamn, and I'm just say that. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's
Errol, I want my $85 back, homie. Yeah, I kind of really do.
Steven Nelson, I want my time back. God damn, son. Like,
shit, I was gonna go to the fight too. I'm actually glad I went to the Devin and Lomachenko fight.
So, Kyle, how old is So Cold Nelson, man? How old is he?
Him and Bud the same age.
Oh shit.
40?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over with.
Hey, what was the atmosphere like in the building, Cal, when they just seen Bud dropping for the first time?
It was sad, bro.
Everybody was just like stunned. Niggas was too stunned to speak, or what?
Listen, even niggas in Omaha, Nebraska, was just like, holy shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
I don't care what side of the fence you was on with that fight. Nobody expected that shit. Like,
no,
nope. But nobody expected that.
I'm gonna tell you who did expect that fight.
Terrence Crawford?
The whole team. So when I talked to Bomac in Oklahoma, right?
Nigga, are you gonna finish your sentence?
I see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, your mic messed up right now.
I got a phone call. You can hear me now?
Yes. Oh, okay. No.
Wait for it to.
All right. What about now?
to thaw out. You gotta wait for it to thaw out after a phone call.
Yeah, like a piece of chicken.
Yeah,
So-
that shit
There you go,
be
there you go,
fucking
there you
pissing
go.
me
So
off.
when I talked to Bomac, he was like, "Yeah, we gonna stop that boy." He meant that shit.
Stop him, sure. I heard a lot of people say
No,
he was gonna get stopped.
So listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I won money on the stoppage. Shit.
So I tell you this too, right, DJ? I want to say, what fight was that I was at? Was that the Oscar Valdez? I mean, it might have been Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. I think it was,
You beat the
What
shit
about
out of that boy.
if I'm not mistaken. But me and Coach Red was kicking it. He was like, they know Smith's my favorite fighter, but they know I love both fighters, right? And he was like, your boy Basic, man. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easy. He said that Boots, they more worried about fighting Jaron Ennis than they was Earl Spence. He said because Earl Spence it's Basic. And I was like, yo, okay. And I said, dude, but it's like he like Tim Duncan, like he looked basic, but he get it done. He was like, bro, it ain't gonna be close. Swear to God, that's what he told me in Vegas.
Man, Kyle, we can go back further than that.
Basic fighters win.
We can go back further than that, Kyle. Remember when we ran into Bernie in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Bernie was saying the same shit. Man, we're gonna beat the shit out that boy. I was like, yeah, hi, Bernie. You supposed to say that.
Hey, they meant that shit, dog. And he delivered.
Yeah.
He made everybody look like geniuses, bro. Because he delivered. Signed and sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when he dropped him, I felt when Tank dropped Ryan Garcia in the second round. I told y'all niggas this was gonna happen. I didn't know that shit was gonna happen like that.
Yeah, but even Ryan did better than Errol, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, bro. Like he was fucking had Tank holding off for his dear life, bro.
Bro,
Man, he was
bro,
no,
stop.
He
it,
just
bro.
came. He just came in just like Errol
Kiro,
Spence, though.
he
With a
went-
horrible
Kiro,
game
I
plan.
love your take, but no, this is not it.
Nah, bro, I saw that fight, bro.
He
And
just
they're
was
both my
being
favorite
hella
fighters, to be
aggressive, so
honest.
he was holding on.
Oh yeah, but he just came in like
Bruh,
fucking super reckless, bro. It was over after that.
Like everybody was, if somebody was gonna get stopped, they were saying it was gonna be late with Bud and Errol. If they was gonna get stopped, it was gonna be between. I heard everybody saying between 9 and 11,
I had
especially
Errol
OG
in
Shelby.
11. I had an Errol in 11.
Yeah, but everybody kind of figured Ryan wasn't gonna last past like 5 or 6. The fact that he made it to 7 was a miracle. But
when he dropped him in
yeah,
that
nobody
second, I
gave
just
Ryan
seen
a
all
chance to win
Fought
that
like
fight.
shit. He fought like
I
shit.
seen all those people facing the place we was at when he dropped him in the second, and I was like, I told y'all niggas he was going out. Like, I thought it was finna be over then.
Yeah, I
It didn't
said
matter. They
about
both got
5.
their ass
I
beat.
said
They
about
both
5
got
or
their ass
6.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, fucking both got their ass beat.
Only reason why it wasn't as bad for Ryan was because Tank don't throw a lot of punches.
Yeah, he still got knocked out, bro. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah, he
whatever.
still got folded.
Like whatever, bro. You know, it's like
Yo,
whatever.
yo, DJ.
You know, I'm just
So
worried that he's with Derek James now. But go ahead, my bad.
no, you straight. So Derek James, you think he under the gun right now? Cause his whole stable might lose.
Coming off trainer of the year.
Coming off trainer of the year, and his whole stable might lose.
I mean, this ain't the first time that's not happened. Shit, it just happened to Eddie Reynoso. It's almost like winning trainer of the year is a fucking curse.
He did lose all his fights.
Like the Madden curse, DJ.
Almost.
All of his fighters didn't lose all their fights.
No, it's just like all the Derek James fighters ain't lost. Like Frank Martin's still undefeated last time I checked.
Yeah, they gotta wait till that actually happens, you know.
Yeah, but I know Valdez lost, Canelo lost, all in the same year.
Yeah,
And that was the year after he. That was the year after he won trainer of the year.
2 out of 6, though. 2 out of 6.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this, man. I think Derek James is still a great trainer. I don't think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why can't he teach Arrow basic boxing 101? He's such a great trainer.
Yeah. I
Maybe he
mean,
don't
I'm gonna
got
be
the.
watching close, but
Maybe those ain't his strengths, so he playing on his strengths.
No, this is boxing 101.
Can't-
I'm
this,
talking about
but
strategy. I'm talking about strategy.
exactly. What Derek's supposed to be providing in the corner.
Exactly. That's
Well,
like I'm just waiting for somebody to say it. That's why I kept my mouth shut. But nobody says it, bro. Everybody says you don't know shit about boxing, but can never break it down.
I'll tell you this.
I mean, you
I'll
can
tell you this.
make all the adjustments you want to. You can
Earl
tell
didn't make
your
one
fighter
though.
what to do, what adjustments to make. But when you outmatched. It's no different than any other sport. Like you can make all the halftime adjustments you want to in football, but if you outmatched, if you ain't got the personnel to put those adjustments in, like it's not gonna matter. You can be a great coach. Like we've seen great coaches lose games and fights before, no matter how great they are or how great the adjustments they try to make. The other coach on the other side is a great coach too, and he's also gonna make those adjustments. And
Yo,
he's
DJ,
also
I'm about to
yeah,
mic drop you. I'm about to mic drop you right now.
Yeah.
I
okay.
like that analogy. But my point is sometimes you are outmatched. Like when the Patriots met the Falcons in the Super Bowl in the first half, they were clearly outmatched. But you depend on those who got the cachet, who got the name, who not on the field. That's when it come into play adjustment made. You see what happened. There was no adjustment made. Like at the end of the day, you can rely on fundamentals, I would think. I'm not a fighter, but
I'll tell you
I
this.
didn't see
Yeah.
shit.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I,
I'm gonna sum it in the words of the great philosopher Mike Tyson. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the fucking mouth.
that's my thing though. The
Listen,
plan. There was no plan.
listen. How many fighters landed over 60% of power punches? 60%, not power punches. 60%, Kyle.
But
Power
all the
punches.
analysts
Me
break
versus my
down
daughter.
Errol Spence fighting style. That's his fighting
I
style. What,
mean,
what you want the
It's not
coach to
style.
do?
It's
Get there and
strategy.
hold
correct
his
It's
head
correct
up,
strategy.
me if
point?
I'm wrong.
Strategy. It's boxing
Correct
101.
me if
Like
I'm
still
wrong.
nobody has said it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Errol do the same thing to Mikey Garcia? So is Robert Garcia not a great coach now?
No, I'm talking about strategy, but that's the thing. Like it's boxing 101. If you don't know boxing 101, I mean, like you ain't gonna say it.
And that was my problem, DJ and Kyle. Like for real, I saw a better Earl versus Sean, man. Being able to escape and evade, work angles on the inside. You know what I mean? Like I seen
How
quick
many years ago was
footwork.
that? How many years ago
I'm
was that?
just saying, dude said Mikey
You
Garcia
can't just
too.
say that. You
I
can't.
seen him box Mikey
You gotta
Garcia.
listen. You
I
gotta
ain't
say
none
some
of
shit.
that.
But listen, you gotta say some
And
shit, and you gotta say it
Mikey
with
was
context. Hold on,
outmatched. It
DJ.
didn't
DJ,
matter
hold on. Let
what
me say
Robert
this.
Garcia told him. He was
DJ,
outmatched in that fight.
DJ. Let me say this. He brought up that fight, right? You know how many things that he's been through since that fight?
Has Errol ever the same type of skills or fight style as Bud? Or did he fight guys that wanted to fight his fight, come on the inside and get their body worked up and all that shit? He ain't fight
Yo,
nobody that was elusive.
I'm gonna
What's
be
Bud?
real,
What's
man.
Bud? Is Bud a counterpuncher?
No, he hasn't. Well, Danny. Danny.
But
Is
let's
Bud
be honest, man.
What it
a
comes
counter?
down to is he hadn't fought anybody like Bud Crawford, man. That's what it comes down to. And Bud Crawford is better than everybody he fought.
That nigga beat
Bud?
the
No,
shit
that's
out
not what it
of
comes down
boy
to. DJ,
Earl.
DJ is Bud Crawford a counterpuncher?
Yes, a great
But
counterpuncher.
to have success against a counterpuncher, what do you have to do? It's like boxing 101. It's the cardinal rule.
Oh, you asking?
Yeah.
Smother his work.
No.
What
Anybody
you
else?
do?
Anybody else? No. Feint. Feint. Feinting is key against a counterpuncher. Errol did not feint at all in that fight. Bud
He
knew
didn't do
this.
anything in
I
that
saw
fight.
that. But
You
this is
talking
the
about
thing.
he didn't do anything in that fight, bro. He
Derek
didn't do.
James is supposed to know this. Why didn't we see not one feint?
I mean,
I put that
also
on the
some
coach.
basic shit is
Put that on
get
the
your
coach.
head off the center. Also, some basic shit, Puro, that Arrow wasn't doing in that fight was getting his head off the center line, and
Yeah, that's something very basic. That's something very like literally very basic.
And that's one of the adjustments that Derrick James was trying to make. He was like, "You stand." He was telling him, "You standing right in front of him.
You can't learn
Get your head
proper
off the center line."
you can't learn proper head movement. That's not a like literally a I've never seen a fighter that's never I don't know if he's never shown head movement, but just in that fight, like just for argument's sake, say that this is how Arrow's always his head is in the center line. I've never seen anybody like just pick up head movement in the middle of a fight. It just don't work like that.
I feel like Earl had head movement at one point, and then I felt like Earl did a really good job of getting out of there with the shell defense. You know, like I felt like Earl's shoulder was really helping him roll with some shit, and getting up out of there, not getting caught clean.
I got you.
I mean, but if
I
you
just
look
say his
at the
head point.
Ugas, go ahead, Pierre.
No, no. You got it, DJ. You got it.
But if you look at the Ugas fight and even the Sean Porter fight, Errol was backing straight up out of exchanges.
Not all the time against Sean, though. Now with Ugas, yeah, but not with Sean. They was dancing in there for part of the round, from what I remember.
Cal, is that your phone?
My whole point
Damn,
is
Kyle, your shit is mangled right now, man.
right. Yeah, my whole point is that like there's some basic shit that like literally like this is on your coach, bro. Even on Arrow, I mean, he should have learned this like
Yeah, they both lost.
His first coaches. But at the end of the day, too, like Bud showed us something that I hadn't seen from him in any fight was the defense. Like normally he's getting fucking pieced up while he's punching him. Fucking Kell Brook was piecing him up. Sean Porter, even Avanesia was piecing him up. But against Spence, I guess maybe he just respected him. He's like, I ain't trying to fucking take no chances. His defense was on point. I think add all that together, you get an ass whooping.
Yeah, and see the Piro, that's my my mode of thinking. Like I think he respected Errol a lot more than he respected somebody like you said, like a Kell Brook or something. He respected more what was coming back from Errol than he did from Kell Brook.
Yeah. And the last time I saw him respect the dude like that, but I wouldn't say he respected him as much, or maybe he just used like a real, I don't know, maybe just everything clicked for him defensively was what's his name? Postal couldn't touch him. But at the end of the day, he lost, bro. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We all saw that ass whooping. No matter why it happened, it happened.
Yeah. And DJ, Arrow could come back, bro. I just think he needs another coach to do it.
I think he might need an additional coach, but he definitely need a warm up. There ain't no fucking question about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it easy to break old habits in the boxing ring? Like, if because I seen this dude break down Earl fighting style and all his fights and shit. They like when he throw that jab, he dropped his hand and it opens up this shot. If he do that in the fight, Bud gonna hit him in the shit every time. And in the fight, he did the same exact shit. So he's had 20 professional fights. Is it easy to break the habit of the things he does after he throws those punches and shit like that?
You know what? I believe it would
not
be
easy to
hard.
break, and I'm like, this is why I don't think Anthony Joshua is going to work with Derrick James, because Anthony Joshua has a lot of bad habits. He doesn't get his head off the center line as well, but it's hard to break those habits. You can do it, like we saw Lennox Lewis do it. That's as far back as I can go. We saw Lennox Lewis do it when he changed trainers to Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart helped him hide his chin. So old habits can be broken, but it's hard to break the habits of a guy who he became a champion doing it this way. So in his mind, when the bullets start flying, so to speak, like he's gonna go back to what he knows. That's what everybody said about Wilder. He's gonna go back to what he knows, no matter what kind of training he gets or what kind of adjustments are made. When the shit gets thick, he's gonna go back to what he knows.
Yeah, but see, DJ, I feel like, and that's where the threshold lies when you start talking about like the top tier combat athletes. That's where the threshold lies. It's the training to help mitigate before you get reduced to going back to what you know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with Earl, I think a second voice might help. You know, just the fundamentals a little bit. Rehone them,
And
but DJ, correct me if I'm wrong. Matter of fact, the whole panel, correct me if I'm wrong. When I started following Earl, I felt like Earl was really mirroring. Like, sure, he was pressure, but I felt like he was kind of mirroring what his opponents were doing. Like when he fought Sean, I felt like he fought Sean's fight.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, maybe.
as far outside of the pressure that's always been there, I never knew what style Earl had, because I just thought he was mirroring his opponents. You know what I'm saying? And I think arrogance might have contributed, because there's no way he might have thought that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that's a different type of sandwich, man. It's a different type of
And I
sandwich.
still like I'm not gonna say Errol needs to change trainers, because I'm not a fan of changing trainers after one bad performance. Some days you just get out coached and out work. You just get out coached and beat up. But I still think Errol beats 95% of the guys at 140, at 147 and 154. I think that's what's getting lost. Like, you put him in there, like I said, with a Lubin. Like, I would still favor him to beat a Lubin.
David Avenesian beats him.
Come on, Piro, stop it, man.
I mean,
That's
shit. David
bullshit.
Avenesian was tied when he got knocked out, in my opinion.
I don't think I exercise.
And I just think Bud was playing with his food in that fight. But
Let's say this. The thing about it is, I'm gonna say this. All right, inactivity is the devil. You can't be off that long, not fighting, and then go to the best fighter you ever fought in your life. That was the level of arrogance
I agree.
that he had. It's like, get that tune up. You know what I'm saying? See how you feel, and then let's do it. But I felt like the arrogance of Errol Spence and Derrick James to take off that long of a time and think that you're going to beat a dynamic fighter and Terrence Crawford. I just thought that was the arrogance. And then my thing was, as soon as Cool Boy Steph lost to Inoue, that was the first thing I said about the Errol Spence fight. I said, oh, man, this worries me, because being inactive, it worries you. It worries me because your timing is off. Right? Your punch resistance ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Your vision of distance isn't the same. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things are different when you're not in the ring like that. Like Keith Thurman getting back in the ring, he ain't fought in forever. And that's probably why he don't want to fight Boots. Not only because he's scary, but he been inactive. You know.
At the end of the day, like you make a lot of great points, Kyle. But if he would have been like, I wouldn't say like super active, but just regularly active, say he fought that same year just like Bud, or maybe had two fights before Bud. The style that he fought, the game plan, that he fought Bud in, he would have lost as well. Maybe it would have done better. He would have lost as well.
I would say this though. I would say he could have got out of the way of a few of those shots that really hurt him. He could have got out of the way of some of those, because some of those shits, he was just stood there. You know what I'm saying? And shit, he just couldn't get out the fucking way. You know?
But the ones that truly hurt him, he was countered.
Ain't much game planning you can do with somebody take away your jab in the second round of the fight, man.
Yeah. And also, you can't protect yourself if you don't feint. Like the little sneaky uppercut. Like, there's no way to move out of the way, because he had already thrown the jab and he was going with the overhand right. I mean, like, literally, the overhand right takes longer to get there than straight punch.
And I'll say this. Being up close and personal, and hearing Bomac give instructions, and the way he delegates the duties to people around him, bro. Look, I mean, I've always said they got the best team in boxing. I've said that 100,000 times, and when I see him with Keyshawn Davis, it's the same thing I see with him and Bud. It's like they got this thing where it's like they know exactly what he wants from them, and they giving him exactly what he asked for. And we saw that in the Errol Spence fight, dude. He told him to do certain things. He did it, got the knockdown. And you know, like you said, he outcoached Derrick James, but everybody gets outcoached. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think Steve Kerr is a good coach. He could outcoach all the goddamn time. So shit, you know.
Womack sucks, bro.
Nah. See, you and DJ trying to do the same shit. He didn't get out coached, bro. Like it's a different word for what transpired. He didn't get out coached. Earl didn't look like he belonged in there, and dude didn't look like he is in the same stratosphere as Bowman. It was that bad to me. Derrick James. Earl should have never looked like that. Like if you lose,
Cheetos.
you lose. That's cool, but damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the Cheetos. It's definitely the Cheetos. He needs to get fat like Womack. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
listen.
need to pick up some flaming hots.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I seen Bomac say that he promised, like the way the passion that he had in his voice, I knew this was gonna be a tough fight for everybody involved.
Man, listen.
And
if you put like
Kyle, and they talking about they carried him. They talking about they carried him. They talking about he could have got him out of there early, and we all feel the same. Disrespect.
That's. I mean, talk your shit, Bo Mac. I mean, him and Derrick James had more heat than Bud and Errol did. Like it got personal between them two, and so Bo Mac, you won. You outcoached Derrick James. The adjustments you made were better than the adjustments that Derrick James tried to make. Even though I think Errol was just outgunned in that fight. Like it doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. I got Patrick Mahomes and you don't.
We ain't getting blew out though.
I got Patrick Mahomes and you don't. No, it sometimes we can be like you was making the analogy earlier with the Falcons. Sometimes I got Tom Brady and you don't. You can get off to a great start, but I got Tom Brady and you don't. In that fight, Bomac, I got Bud Crawford and you don't.
But Derrick James,
I think it was that simple, man. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but to me, it was that simple. At the end of the day, I got Bud Crawford and you don't.
We about to find out because he got Anthony Joshua, fucking Ryan Garcia. We about to find out.
Anthony Joshua gonna beat Dillian White, man. Like,
are you sure? You already heard him once.
Man, Anthony Joshua gonna beat Dillian White, dog. Dillian White looking for one more check on his way out the fucking door. I never thought Dillian White was that good. He looking for one more big check on his way out the door.
Anthony Joshua,
man, this gonna be easy fucking work for AJ, man.
We'll see.
This gonna be easy work, dog.
Well, AJ got Derrick James. It better be. That's the point. It better be.
Nah, at the end of the day, I got Anthony Joshua and you got Dillian White. Like
he already beat him, DJ.
Yeah, Anthony already beat Dillian White. That's what I'm saying. I got Anthony Joshua and you don't. Huh?
They 1-1.
No, they're not, man.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Bro, he beat him in the amateurs. Yes, they are.
Man, we not talking about no college football shit. We talking about when they faced each other in the pros, he knocked him out. If you want to go back to some shit 15 years ago, then fine, you could do that. How did that work for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall?
Hey, you talking about
amateur? Once you turn pro, that amateur shit don't matter no more.
You talking about the GOAT though, and I don't care what you say. If I done beat you once, I don't care if I got knocked out the second time. You ain't gonna be able to convince me I can't beat you. Period.
Sure, you shouldn't sign the contract if you don't think you could beat that person. You shouldn't sign the contract. But this is Dillian White we talking about, man. The fuck, man. Look, Look, dog, I'm not a Dillian White fan. I'm not a Dillian White believer.
Me
I've
neither.
seen him get stretched out numerous times
By
by a
that
lot less
uppercut.
people. By a
Yeah.
lot less people. And
Hey.
I've seen him pop dirty twice. So I'm sorry. He cheats the sport. He's not a very good fighter, and he's gotten stretched out by far less competition.
Hey,
I think he's out trying to cash another
Can I
check.
say this too though? Maybe Derrick James got too many fighters.
That's why I brought it up. Like, we gonna see, Derek. We gonna fucking see. You got Charlo coming too. We gonna see.
Yeah, he's got 3 fights. He's got 3 fights within a 2-month span, bro. That shit's crazy.
We gonna see.
He pretty much had 3 fighters in camp all at the same time.
Yo, where the fuck is?
I think that's I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I think that's unheard of.
That man out there chasing that, But my whole thing is like, bro, you let Earl drop though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody on the roster that's Earl. We gonna see, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if Dillian knocked out Anthony Joshua.
Ain't no. I would be very surprised. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't.
Like one Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao shocked. But even those fights were close. I don't think you remember the first fight between Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. Like, it was a fucking whitewashing.
Bro, he knocked him out with an uppercut. He fell in between the ropes. But I think you forgetting that Dillian hurt Joshua in the same fight.
AJ's been hurt in a lot of his fights. He got hurt against a 40-year-old Klitschko. That's when I realized, oh shit, Wilder would knock him the fuck out. Because I found, like, I've never had a bad thing to say about AJ, even during the whole AJ and Wilder thing when everybody wanted them to fight for Undisputed. Like, I never had anything bad to say about AJ. I always felt like AJ was a talented fighter. It's just his mindset. He can't get out of his own way. He's having trouble getting out of his own way, getting that same hunger back. I don't think he's hungry no more, but at the same time, I think his skills are far superior than Dillian White. Like, Dillian White to me is a bottom feeder of the heavyweight division. Only reason he keeps getting these fights is the same reason Derek Chisora keep getting big fights. They love him over there for some reason. But you keep seeing Dillian White get stretched out, and if he ain't getting stretched out, he tested positive after he stretches somebody else out. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't think Dillian White's a good fighter. I really don't.
I feel the same way about Anthony
I feel
Joshua,
like he's more. I feel like he's more mouth than anything.
I feel the same way about Anthony Joshua.
Just like Keith Thurman, more mouth than anything.
But at least Dillian White fights though.
Right.
he'll call for the fights and actually sign on the dotted line. It seemed like every time somebody win a fight, Keith Thurman down to fight him, but won't sign the damn contract.
Yeah, Keith Thurman's a fraud. Part-time.
I'm not gonna say that, but
wasn't he unified at welterweight?
And the reason why, like, y'all see the difference in how I talk about, you know, certain guys, these guys and other guys. Like, I don't hold Dillian White to that championship standard because he's not a champion. To me, he is the journeyman fighter. He's a journeyman. Anthony Joshua is supposed to dust him off. And they don't like each other, which kind of adds to it. But
shit, you know, if Anthony Joshua, I don't expect Dillian White to touch Wilder. So
I'm actually mad that fight didn't happen. I wanted Wilder to put this man in the fucking hospital.
Bro, he was going to.
I wanted Wilder to end his shit. Did you ever like really follow that whole shit between Wilder and Dillian White?
I did. I thought Dillian was crazy.
I wanted like how when we went back and watched that Ricky Hatton and Manny Pacquiao fight. Kyle was like, yeah, I was like, I just remember Ricky Hatton getting his fucking neck broke. Like that's how I want it. Like how Mex be wanting fights to end. That's how I wanted Dillian White and Deontay Wilder to end. I want that motherfucker twitching. It's over with. Retire. I'm sorry. I'm not a Dillian White believer. I never thought he was a good fighter. I always thought he was just a journeyman with a big mouth that got a lot of good fights. And credit to him, he got them. He got paid in the process.
Best ability is availability.
Yeah, and willingness. You know, he ain't no punk. He just not a good fighter.
Right.
Never can say he's a punk. He's just not a good fighter, man. If he ain't getting, like I said, if he ain't getting knocked out, he testing positive after he knocked somebody else out. So
we gonna see though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, cool, great show earlier, man. I enjoyed it, bro. If he's still here, Kyle, you still here too? Who we got in the chat? Let me see who we got in the chat today. Piro said he'll be right back. All right, Piro.
You already.
Well said.
I think Coop already went to sleep, cuz.
Everybody keep mentioning Charlo, but I don't see him coming all the way. No, Charlo's not coming back to 54, man. I've been saying that ever since the Canelo fight got announced. Like, Charlo's not coming back to 54 for fucking what, bro? I'm like, I just made all this bread fighting Canelo, and why would I have? I'm bulking up to fight him, and why would I come back down to 54 for what? To fight Tim Tszyu? No. I'm going to 60. If he loses to Canelo, he's going to 60. In my opinion, this is just me talking. I don't think he's going to go back down to 154. He very well might. I don't believe he will.
It ain't gonna be for Tim Tszyu.
You're right. It won't be for Tim Tszyu. But will it be? I don't think, man. Everybody's talking about him and Bud. I don't think that'll happen. I really don't.
Shit, why not?
I really don't, because Charlo's not coming back down to 54, man. Is Bud gonna go to 60 for that?
Shit, they got the heat right now, though, DJ. They already
Man, there's plenty of guys like David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo had heat, and they were in two different weight classes. That didn't happen. Like, guys in two different weight classes be having heat, man, but the fights never materialized.
So you saying he gonna run from them then?
It ain't about no, because Jamel Charlo don't duck no smoke. It's the fact that his body ain't gonna go back down to 154.
Yeah, I just personally, man.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I just want to see Charlo get his ass whooped, and I just want to see Terrence Crawford be the one to do it. That's all. That's all I want.
Yeah, hopefully he don't carry Mel. Hopefully you don't. Just go ahead and get him out of there.
What you got against Jamel, man?
They like mentally unstable. I don't like unstable niggas, man. I don't like how they handled
Jamal going through some shit in his personal life, man. That's some real shit that guys that are not in the spotlight go through, and a lot of guys don't make it out on the other side with that shit. Like we saw another great fighter recently that went through that and is still going through that with Teofimo Lopez. So he going through some shit personally, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him, not trying to defend him, but it like in that situation, it kind of is what it is. But Jamel is just mean, and he stand on business. Like he had his opinion with the Wilder shit, but I disagreed with him, but that's where it stopped. I didn't take the shit personal. Like, okay, we broke ass Wilder fans, but you don't sell pay-per-views. It's cool. You really ain't got shit to sell. So
nah, I ain't taking nothing personal. I didn't take it personal. He just popped a lot of shit. I'd love to see.
Yeah, he popping his shit. And once I figured out why he was popping that shit, it's like, oh, okay, because you don't like Wilder because he cool with Tony Harrison and all this other shit. Oh, okay, I got it. So I didn't take it personal. Okay, DJ, pop your shit, man. Whatever.
DJ, at the end of the day, bro, you and I think D, he could probably be too, a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan.
but I'm not though. He can have his opinion on a fan base, but that's his loss because he don't realize that he at the time he was sharing the same fan base. So
like an idiot.
like yeah,
How
okay,
did you
you
not
already
understand that?
right. You already not on pay-per-view, bro. So you depending on people to actually come see you fight. Like Kyle, at the end of the day, he lost, bro. You remember when we was in Dallas last year when they put them on the jumbotron and people booed. Like,
They got their ass
like
booed,
you
for sure.
lost in that. So I'm not taking that personal.
I don't
Nah,
like the
yeah.
way he tried to do
I
Tank.
hope
I don't like the way he tried to
I'm-
do Broner. Like that nigga just be shitting on everybody. I don't like that dude.
He's not a very like from just by then we slapped the phone out the fan's hand, whether that was him or Jamal. Like these are from a distance because I've never met him in person. From a distance, these are not very like all these fighters ain't approachable, man. I know we want them to be because we watch them fight and we're fans of their fighting, but all of these guys are not approachable. Some guys, it's best that they don't come out until they fight. Some guys need to be like Archer Beterbiev, that don't come out until they fight.
I'm gonna tell you this though. He wasn't a total asshole all the whole time, but he's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Jamal Charlo, bro.
Yeah, like Jamal, I understand. Like this is why I think he should be stripped right now because he ain't fought in 2.5 years. But at the same time, it's like I understand. Like, yeah, man, you get mixed up with the wrong woman. Like that's bad as any drug or any vice you could have on this earth if you're going through it with the wrong woman. And it's deeper because kids are involved. They had a whole marriage, man. So I don't really want to get into his personal life like that. But by my understanding, like he's going through a terrible divorce.
This nigga was acting wild before then. The shit I just brought up before any of that shit started making news.
Yeah, it's just I like I said, I don't know him, so I don't want to put a jacket on him because I don't know him. But it just from what I see, right, from their interactions with fans, and I've seen Jamel be friendly with fans, but for the
He's
most
still
part,
with
they're
her though,
just
DJ.
yeah, man, there's some toxic shit going on. You ever been in a toxic relationship? You ever had a can't quit me, baby? Like, it's like I said, I don't want to get into that man's personal shit, but it just seemed like he going through it. And who grinding right now?
Don't worry about that.
Who finna twist up?
Don't worry about that.
But yeah, man, they just don't seem like approachable people. Everybody, you can't just walk up on, hey, let me get a picture. Hey, let me get a picture.
That's what I'm saying, DJ. This nigga retarded. He's stupid. He retarded. You in the public eye, you have to be approachable. Be diligent with how accessible you are, but you have to be approachable.
Well, you know what? I'll say this too, right? Not all professional athletes are approachable because, like, I've seen Michael Jordan be an absolute dickhead to people. So everybody, like I said, all these professional athletes ain't approachable, man. Like some days they're people. That's why I feel comfortable walking up to other athletes or just famous people in general. Hey, you mind if I, get a picture or whatever? Hey, can I get a picture with you, champ? Hey, man, can I get a picture with you? Da da da. Because they're people and they go through the same shit that we go through. They just like that more money, more problem shit is real shit. So, and they're in the public eye. They really have nowhere to hide, or people actually want to ridicule them for their shit. But like I said, man, I hope he comes out on the other side of this shit. But like he's losing. He's already lost 2 prime years of his career, and probably gonna lose
go get
another.
some bud medicine. That's it. Go get that bud Seroquel real quick, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't know what he got going on for real, but he's just he's not in a good space right now to be talking about fighting nobody. If he goes, I believe if Jamal Charlo goes in there right now, I think I don't know how he'll look. I really don't. But man. Or maybe that's what he needs, like Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, everybody kind of picked on him a couple years, 3 years ago, after he fought Santiago, and he sat up there and told everybody, "Look, I need to stay active. I need fights. I need something to do. Like me sitting on the sideline for a year and a half is not good for me. I need to stay active. I need a fight to train for, so I can stay focused. I can stay out of trouble." And people kind of laughed at him for that. But I was like, that's, I don't know any other way that you can cry for help. Like, that was a cry for help for me. Like, please, I need help. I need something to do. Please, I'm bored. And when I get bored, I'm going to start doing shit. Like, and he's come out and talk about his battles with alcoholism, even though people think it's a lot worse than alcohol. But Adrian Broner don't strike me as a guy who, be on the powder and shit, but or hit the bag or whatever. But he's talked about his battles with alcoholism and depression, and his, he got a bunch of kids. Anytime you got a bunch of kids, you're gonna have money problems. So
That's a fact.
Anything like when I forgot what football player that was that had, I think he had 6 or 7 kids, and they were saying he was going broke. Well, no fucking wonder. He's got like 7 kids, man. Of course, when you got a bunch of kids, you're going to have money problems. I think it was, who was it? I think it was Sean Alexander. It might have been Sean Alexander. When people here were talking about, man, Sean, Sean went through, he went through a lot of that money. Like, shit, Sean got like 6, 7 kids, bro.
You picking against Nate, DJ?
I think Jake Paul will win on points, but I think Nate gonna whoop his ass.
I can't wait to see how good he look, man. He's him and his brother used to spar with Andre Ward and shit. So,
and that's why everybody's got to giving him a chance in this fight, because I remember that. Like, I followed the Diaz's career all through MMA. So back in the day, like Andre Ward said, like the Diaz brothers, both Nick and Nate, man, they used to give me some good work, man.
Yeah.
So, and this is Andre Ward we talking about. So, I think that's why everybody's kind of giving Nate a chance in this fight, even though, I don't think Nate will knock him out, and I don't think Jake Paul will knock out Nate, but I think Jake Paul will do enough to win the fight. But I fully expect Nate to get on his ass at different parts of this fight. He'll make it interesting. He'll make it very interesting, but I fully expect Jake Paul to win on points. And the mystique of Jake Paul will probably grow even more, because he beat another MMA fighter in boxing. The only legit boxer he fought beat him. So, so the YouTube and Disney crowd that love him will continue to press him forward, but. Like I gave him his respect after the Tommy Fury fight. Like he went in there he did what I asked him to do, and that's always been my issue with Jake Paul. I always said, man, look, you saying you're a boxer, but you hadn't fought one. So the first boxer that he fought, he held his own, even though he lost to Tommy Fury. He held his own. I was like, all right, okay, we might have some here.
I thought
so.
That's me.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Kyle? Uh-oh. Did I lose y'all? Y'all still here?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, I can hear you now. No, I didn't hear what you said.
No, I said, I wanted to recount. He beat Tyson Fury, little brother.
Nah, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Personally, I didn't, and until Tommy Fury got docked at that point. Like, I think both of them got docked a point. I was like, oh, okay, now it's interesting. But Before that, nah, Tommy Fury was jabbing his fucking nose off, man.
Which is why I don't believe he's gonna beat Nate. Because I think Tommy Fury is terrible. I would put my money on fucking Nate against Tommy Fury.
Yeah, Tommy Fury's not. You know, I mean, he's still like, and that's why I actually that's one of the fights I actually watched of Jake Paul's. Like his other fights, I've just seen him on Twitter or YouTube or whatever because I hadn't cared. I don't necessarily like down fights. Oh, that's a trash fight. That's a terrible fight. I really don't do that because everybody deserves to make a little money. But that's the only fight of Jake Paul's I've actually really watched. And I'll say he held his own, but I still think Tommy Fury beat him because they're at the same place in their careers. And that's why that fight was interesting to me.
But they aren't at all, actually. I mean, Tommy Fury should have. I mean, come on. He's a Fury. Tommy Fury should have dealt with him.
Man, I don't mean nothing. Because your brother or your father or whoever was good at fighting, that don't mean you gonna do it. I mean, Shane Mosley, Shane Mosley is an all-time great, but his son is just all right.
Yo, DJ, he should be able to beat a nigga who just been beating up on NBA players, YouTubers, and fucking old washed mixed martial artists. He should be able to wash him. At the very least, I ain't saying Tommy's supposed to be a champion because his brother's the heavyweight champion. But nigga, come on.
I mean,
and I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. But to me, I looked at the level of even though he was fighting against guys who had actual boxing records. Tommy Fury still wasn't fighting. No, he was fighting style matchups at that point. He was being built at that point too. So
right.
Whereas Jake Paul was fighting guys who had never put on a set of boxing gloves in an actual competitive ring before, Tommy Fury was fighting journeyman. So that's why I say they were at the same parts. They were at the same place in their career.
Wait, DJ, so you don't believe Tommy Fury went through the amateurs?
He did. I believe he went through. Yeah, he went through the amateurs. But once you turn pro, to me, once you turn pro, don't none of that other shit matter. And I look at that the same way across all sports. Like once you turn pro, I don't give a damn if you the National College Player of the Year. Like, don't none of that shit matter no more. You got to prove yourself all over.
You know that ain't true though.
Nah, but that might not be true for everybody. That might not be true for everybody. But for me, I can only speak for myself. If you won the Heisman Trophy in college like Bryce Young did, that means absolutely nothing right now. He has to go prove it with the Carolina Panthers.
I really hope he does, though, man. I really hope he does prove it with the Carolina Panthers, man.
Absolutely. Like, I don't wish bad on nobody, but...
Hey, they said that amateur program is what made Oscar, though. His amateur career.
It can. You can be a great amateur. You can be a fantastic amateur, but you can shit the bed when you turn pro.
I think Oscar De La Hoya did prove himself in the pros, though, brother.
Yeah, he did.
As much as I didn't like that motherfucker.
He did. But him coming into pros with that gold medal meant nothing to me. Like, okay, you're a great amateur. You will always be regarded as a great amateur. Your amateur career was your amateur career. But once you turn pro, your amateur career means nothing to me. It's how you apply those skills that you learn in amateurs to the pros that matters.
Yeah. Well, I understand.
I'm really happy that the pros aren't judged like the damn amateurs, bro.
Yeah, it's a completely different game. Oh yeah, cool. Dropped off. But like, and that went into that rant that I had last night about Lomachenko. I think if you just really look at Lomachenko's career as a pro, once he got to the weight class that he's at now, Like we gotta really look at it, man. Who is he really beating at 135, bro? Like I get what he did at 26 when he fought 118-pound Rigo, and his still to this day his best, in my opinion, his best win is still Gary Russell Jr. at 126. That's still
Gary
his
Russell,
best
Well,
win.
shit, that's a hell
and
of
Gary
a
Russell
feather.
was trained.
That's a hell of a feather, though. We ain't gonna poo-poo that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But when we compare him, like, and see, this is what I'm talking about when I hold guys to a certain standard. Like when you're telling me that he's pound for pound great, right? And he's a pound for pound great. He's better than Ali. He's better than Mayweather. Like this is the narrative
Who the
that was
fuck said
surrounding,
any of that?
bro. So you don't remember none of that.
I must have missed it. Who the fuck said Loma was better than
Kyle, will you please educate?
He just started watching boxing. Gotta be.
You don't remember none of the narratives surrounding Lomachenko when he was around his fifth, sixth, seventh fight?
I do, but I just don't remember the narrative of him being better than Floyd. I don't.
Oh, he was better than Ali. He was better than Ali. He was better than Floyd. You know, he had over 400. He was. People were saying he was better than Crawford. He had over 400 amateur fights.
Hold on,
Yeah.
and Andre Ward.
Yes, all of that.
Shit, where they at now? Because two of them brothers ain't lose no big ones.
Right. Right. They retired with their oath. and like we said before, I think Andre Ward and Joe Calzaghe and Floyd Mayweather all ruined boxing. Now everybody want to retire what they owe now.
Well, there was nothing left for Andre because Andre knew Canelo and Triple G, they weren't gonna fight him, so there was nothing left for him. What was he coming back for? There was nothing left after COVID.
No, there was nothing left for him, and Floyd realized, look, I'm getting old. I'm not finna be out here fighting no goddamn Keith Thurman. I'm not finna be out here fighting no goddamn Errol Spence. I'm not finna fight no goddamn Bud Crawford.
Fuck that.
I mean, I think Bud was still at what Bud at I think he had just moved up to 140 when Floyd retired.
You know what I'm mad about more than anything, DJ?
What's that, bro?
If Keith Thurman would have fought Errol Spence when he was supposed to,
we'd have got the Keith Thurman. We'd have got the Keith Thurman and Floyd fight. If Floyd would have beat, if Keith would have beat Keith, if Keith would have beaten Errol Spence, we might have got the Keith Thurman and Floyd fight.
I'm saying we wouldn't have had to. I wouldn't have to make a choice out of Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, had Keith Thurman fought when he was supposed to. Because if he'd have fought Earl when he was supposed to, Earl could have went up without even worrying about Terrence Crawford.
You think Earl was gonna beat Keith Thurman? That Keith Thurman?
We don't know. Now we don't know because you got to think about it.
Let's have the conversation because Kyle be talking shit like Keith Thurman ain't that nigga.
Yeah, we all agree that he should have fought him. Yeah, Kyle hate Keith Thurman. Like, you got to understand.
Yeah, but Keith at that time was that nigga. It was no question.
Man,
yeah.
Dog. He ain't fight no fucking body, bro.
What do you mean? He fought them all.
Yes, he did. Kyle stopped the shit.
Bro, listen, bro.
The reason we love Earl is because he fought all Keith's leftovers. Keith already beat him.
Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real, though. When the last time Keith Thurman fought somebody of note?
It's been a while.
All right, then. That's all I'm saying.
2019. 2019 when he lost to Manny.
Hey.
A split decision,
DJ?
by the way. Hold on. Split decision, by the way.
Hey, DJ.
Split
What's up, bro?
By the way.
I had a six-pack in high school.
Nah, Kyle, stop running from the conversation, nigga. Are you at that time if they fought when they were supposed to? Are you?
You heard what I said, bro. Earl Spence would have watched that nigga, bro.
What?
I
That's
mean,
Errol Spence before the Sean Porter fight would have washed that nigga. What are you talking about, bro?
man, this was
Bruh.
Errol. Like you got to think this was Errol Spence before he fought Kell Brook and all that too, man.
No,
I think
no, no. That was Errol Spence right after he fought Kell Brook, remember? And then that's when your
no,
boy.
man, no. When Floyd told Keith to fight Errol Spence was like 15, 16 and 0, bro.
What I'm saying is, DJ, when he got that belt, when he got that IBF belt, son, all
Yeah,
he
that
had to
was
do
when he
was.
was like, I think that was when he was like 21 and 0.
I'm not sure that Earl is beating Keith. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's keep
Bro,
it real.
what are you talking about, bro?
Bruh, Keith
What are
was
you,
a problem, Kyle. What are
man?
you
Keith
talking
wasn't shit,
about?
bro. Keith really lost to Sean Porter, bro. Keith Thurman really lost to Sean Porter, and I also thought he lost to Danny Garcia too, if you ask me.
Two close fights.
That was a
Two close
close ass
fights.
fight. That was a
Yeah,
close
Two
and
fight.
I
close
thought,
fights.
and listen, and I thought Danny Garcia beat Sean Porter, but you know,
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You got to really hurt Sean if you're gonna beat him, because he's gonna beat you off activity alone. You gotta hurt Sean, and I think that's why
But
Earl, and
that
that's
Danny
why
and Keith fight was very close.
that shit
Very
was
close.
close. That shit
That
was
was hella
close,
close.
I
man.
had Danny beating that nigga, so I don't want to hear nothing about
I
the
did
I
other
not
say
shit.
call that
I
fight.
had Keith winning. But if Danny had won, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been screaming robbery.
Danny turned up like towards the end of the fight, right? Like maybe round 7 and
Yeah,
up.
because he touched Keith Thurman to the body.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Keith
And
Thurman always
He
giving his
kept touching
bicycle
Keith.
and
He
running.
kept touching Keith to the body, and Keith started slowing down.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing though. See, when you talk about head movement, that's why Keith never dropped. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean he never dropped? He did get dropped, nigga.
Listen, not in the Danny fight. No, he did not.
Yeah, but you said he never got dropped. He got dropped before
I
though.
think you
He
were
got
talking
dropped
about
by
you were
Manny,
talking
but
solely about the Danny fight, right? Because we all saw him get dropped by Manny Pacquiao. But
yeah, I'm talking about other than that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just talking about attributes. Head not being on the center line.
Yeah, but you don't think Errol Spence could have attacked his body?
Shit, at what cost?
Come on.
At what
what's up,
cost?
Taylor
This is
Bell?
Keith Thurman back in the day, bro. Listen, I can't let you disrespect. At what cost?
Listen, bro.
I don't have the same disdain for Keith Thurman that Kyle does. My only problem with Keith Thurman is that he doesn't fight.
That's
He
my
doesn't
only
fight, man.
problem with him. He
That's
don't
my
fight.
only problem with Keith Thurman. He doesn't fight. Keith Thurman is a very talented fighter. You don't become a unified champion without being a very talented fighter, but he doesn't fight, man. That's it. I think he's
wish you
fought
would
3
drive,
times.
my
I think
nigga.
he
What is
fought
you
3
doing?
times in I think he's fought 3 times in 4 years or something like that. Like he
Yo,
doesn't
Kyle,
fight.
you got a bunch
He
of
ain't fought
dark
no time.
skinned
Hey, listen,
friends, right,
he hasn't
Kyle?
fought a top 5 welterweight in I don't know how long, bro.
Kyle just don't fuck with other light skinned niggas. That's what his problem is.
Yeah, he do because he loved Devin Haney.
Say it one more time, DJ. Love Shakur Stevenson. Tell him, bro.
Love Shakur Stevenson. He loves Devin Haney. What's another one of these beige boxers you like?
Shit, nigga, just name some, nigga. Shit.
Yo, but there's no way Sean Porter beat Keith though.
Nah, I thought Keith beat him clean, but the
Clean.
Danny fight was close.
That was close. But he beat
Yeah.
Sean clean.
I don't know about that, but all I'm gonna say is
Matter
this.
of fact, I might go back and watch that Danny Keith fight
Hey, all I'm
because I
saying is
remember
this though, bro.
that was one of the first because they fought that shit on regular TV. That's when PBC was first starting to gain some steam. It was like, yeah, we bringing back boxing on network TV.
Off the back of Keith Thurman.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
off the
like I
back
said,
of
I
Keith
don't
Thurman.
have that same venom for Keith Thurman that Kyle has for him.
It's not on the back of Keith Thurman,
Off
nigga.
the back of Keith Thurman,
Nigga,
Kyle.
Adrian Broner is the reason why that shit
That
happened.
too. It was both of them. It was 2.
Nah, it
Nah,
wasn't
Adrian
both
Broner was
shit,
still on HBO then, bro.
Nah, he was on. He fought Sean Porter. He fought Sean Porter, DJ.
Yeah, he fought him on NBC, but when we talking about when Keith Thurman was cooking, that was towards the end of HBO or whatever, because I think HBO started ending, 2015, 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
It was, I think Clarissa was one of the last fights on there, and that was like 2015, 2016, I
My
want to say.
dog, Joy of Boxing, man. What's going on? What do you say? I'm tired right now. Read that for me, DJ.
Yeah, Kyle hate Keith Thurman, man.
Yeah, he hate Keith Thurman, but I'm gonna check Kyle though. I ain't
Let
gonna
me
let
tell
him
you something about Keith
disrespect.
Thurman. Everything that I thought about Keith Thurman, I confirmed it on Saturday.
You can't take
And that's
away
why
his
when
you
I
can't take
shared
away
that,
his
I was
history.
like, if y'all know anything about my bro Kyle, he been waiting to tell Keith Thurman some things for a long time.
Man.
So you
I hate his
disappointed
fucking
in him.
hair. I
That's
hate
what
his
it is,
haircut.
Kyle.
I hate how he talk. I hate his weak ass arrogance. I hate the fact that he haven't fought a top 5 welterweight and I don't know how fucking long. He
4 years.
ducked out. He ducked the fight with Terrence Crawford. He ducked the fight with Earl Spence. He's ducking the fight with Jerron Ennis. I mean, bro, the list can go on and on. The nigga won't even fight Blair Kyle, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, because I mean, and just to compound what Kyle is saying, like, you remember when Floyd told Canelo, "You beat Austin Trout, I'll give you the fight." He told Keith Thurman, "You beat Errol Spence, I'll give you the fight."
Keith Thurman won't go swing on nobody, bro. He ain't got
And
the money for me.
that's when Keith went on the young pup ain't done enough, and who is he, and all this type of shit. But to me, the way I look at it, and I'm not a professional fighter, but if I got that attitude towards a guy, it's like, oh, okay, you want me to dust off a young kid? Sure, I'll dust him off, but I need you to be waiting for me when I get back. And I said that years ago with Boots, pertaining to when Boots was 24-0, right? 23, 24-0. I was like, man, Bud and Errol better fight this kid now before he figures this shit out.
Hey, listen, he damn sure almost got it figured out.
Yo, listen, Boots and Bud, I like it because they both control range, and I think that's where they live at. You know what I mean? That's where
And
they
they
thrive.
both hella
Right.
fast.
Both
hella strong.
fast.
Both switch hitters, right?
They both feint.
It could
They
be
both
like,
got great
even
footwork.
like Bud is Bud. Like we saw that last Saturday. Bud is Bud. But no, I'm not even gonna go there.
But you know, Bud defense is so
It
superior.
could be a situation where he very well could be fighting a younger version of himself. Like we don't know until we see the fight.
Yeah.
Boots got
And I'ma
defense
tell you,
like Bud.
listen, Coach Red told me this, bro. This is what Coach Red told me. Coach Red said they were more worried about the Jerron Ennis fight than they are the Errol Spence fight. That's a honest to God truth. He told me that. You hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I hope Boots know how to. I hope he learned to cut off the ring and all that. If you want that Bud Crawford smoke.
Yeah, but I mean, you ain't got to cut off the ring against Bud Crawford, like you had to cut it off against that
That's
fucking guy.
But as much as I love Jerron Ennis, man, and I love Bud Crawford as well. Like I've been watching Bud since like 2010, bro, when Bud had dreads fighting outside. You know what I mean? Like I've been watching him that long. I'm not gonna even front, man. That's a well balanced breakfast for Boots right there. Like that, it might be too much for him, but we won't know until they put him in there, man. You know the motto of the boxing section. Put his ass in there.
DJ, let me ask you this.
You know that's the motto.
Ask you this. What do you think is happening with Shakur right now? Because that's who we train with. You know what I'm saying? Like, do Devin really? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's in-house work.
Nah, Devin's a free agent. Devin should have. I'm not gonna say what he should have done. I'm gonna, because like I speak for myself. Like I wanted him to see Tank. I wanted Devin and Tank to dance. I've been saying that for over a year now. When it became a realistic possibility, and now that both guys were free, I felt like it was a realistic possibility. That it's just time. It's just time, man. It's time for Tank and Devin to dance.
DJ, you know damn well you don't choose Tank. Tank choose you, nigga.
Big Bang take Lil Bang.
Well, shit, did he get a chance? Because right after he got out of jail, Devin was like, "Yeah, hey, Regis.
Yeah, because he ain't dumb, bro.
Let's hurry up and get
Devin
this fight
ain't dumb,
done before Tank call me out."
Devin ain't dumb, bro. Devin ain't dumb. Devin about to get
Hey,
in this
Regis, let's
game.
go ahead and get this fight signed before Tank call me out, man.
Devin about to get in this game, soak up as much bread as he can, take as little risk as possible, and he gonna slide right up out of there. And I ain't mad at
I
him.
ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say little risk as possible because that's a well balanced breakfast he dealing with Regis, man.
But that's a fact. But I'd rather that than Tank or
Like
Shakur.
we talking about a 2-time junior welterweight champion here. Like it ain't no foregone conclusion that Devin finna just beat up on Regis now. Like
Would you rather
I think
fight
people get it
Regis
twisted. People get it twisted because of how Regis looked in his last fight, which he didn't look good, but he found a way to win.
What do I always say about people's last fights?
I mean, you only funky as your last cut, but
what do I always say about niggas' last fights, though, DJ?
tell him, Kyle.
I don't judge people off their last fight because they probably just had a rough night at the office.
Shit, yeah. I ain't judging. You know, shit.
That's why I said I think people are judging Regis over his last fight, thinking that Devin, oh man, it's just a foregone conclusion that Devin finna beat him. No, I don't fault Devin for taking this fight. I just wanted him to fight Tank.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Devin Haney, I'm worried about anybody with some pop in they shit.
Like I like how you said that, but the only thing is, who's hurt him?
Come on, man. Come on, let's not do this. Let's not do this, Kyle.
No, I'm saying that's one. Listen, when he got hurt one time.
Lomachenko hurt him a few times.
Loma ain't hurt nobody.
Shit, Kyle, don't do this, man. Kyle, you got eyes. Kyle, you got eyes, man. You got eyes, dog. We saw Loma sting. We saw Loma sting Devin a few times with that straight left, bro.
And that body work.
Like I think this will be his third fight in a row where he's fighting a southpaw. So, and all three of them and the other two southpaws were able to touch him a lot. Like even though he beat JoJo handedly, like JoJo was able to touch him, man.
Hey, this is fourth.
Shit, Kambosos touched him. Now I ain't gonna say Kambosos hurt him, but
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, but yeah, I don't know about all that. But yeah, his last I think his last 2 out of 3 opponents. Now 3 out of 4 opponents have all been southpaws.
Was it
who else?
Southpaw?
Nah, Linares was orthodox.
Was he?
JoJo was a southpaw, Loma was a southpaw, and Kambosos and Linares were both orthodox.
No, Kambosos is southpaw, bro.
Kambosos is orthodox, man.
No, he's not. He's southpaw, Cass. I just saw him fight. He just fought. I just saw him fight.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, Google it.
I think Kambosos orthodox, man. Now he might have tried to switch.
Google it. I'm about to Google it. I'm driving right now, so I can't Google it. But Google it.
Yeah, I can't. If I Google it, I have to get off the show.
Oh shit!
I'm on my phone.
Hold on, real quick. I'm a dangerous guy.
No, you driving. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me in.
No, I got it. No, it's already too late. I already got it.
Yeah, already bounced.
I just told you, nigga, I got it.
You picking Devin over Regis, right?
I'm picking Devin over everybody but Shakur Stevenson.
You picking Devin over Tank?
I'm taking Devin Haney over everybody but Shakur Stevenson.
You taking Devin Haney over Tank?
Yeah.
You know, Tank and Shakur I think that's a mess. I think that's
That's the fight I want to see at 35 though.
Whew. Whew. They're gonna be throwing leather, boy.
That's the fight I want to see. Oh, he is orthodox. I thought he was a southpaw. DJ was right.
Damn, Kyle
DJ was right.
taking Earl over Keith.
DJ, you right. He was right.
Any point.
I was about to say, I thought Kambosos was orthodox.
But why the fuck? Because I just saw the nigga fighting southpaw against Maxie Hughes.
I think he
that's what I'm saying.
switched.
He was trying to. He might have tried that switch. He might have tried to switch, but nah. Kambosos fought Devin Orthodox, man.
Yo, Shakur definitely punked Kambosos. Kambosos don't want none of that shit. He don't want none of that shit.
Kambosos know he lost that goddamn fight too, man.
He don't want none of that.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
Now Maxie Hughes was a southpaw.
Now I'm gonna tell you this though, DJ. I think Kambosos can rough up Lomachenko more than anything else. He could do it like
Bullshit.
a type shit.
Bullshit. I think Lomachenko will stop Kambosos, man.
I think he'll stop him too.
I think he'll stop Kambosos.
Kambosos
don't do well with boxers, bro.
Kambosos got heart though, cuz.
He got heart, but it's he got heart. That means he gonna stand in there and take that ass whooping.
Like a G, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what he say?
Beat his ass the other day, took it like a
G. Oh, shit, why I miss y'all niggas, man? Listen, I really do. I'm gonna cut all that soft shit out.
Man, what if Bud told that shit to Arrow the next time they meet, man? It's like, yeah, beat his ass the other day. He took it like a G.
Man. And you know what I really loved about them two niggas, man? They never got out of character. Like, they did just enough shit talking to where like you knew the fight was happening, but they never got disrespectful. They never called each other no bitches or no, you know what I'm saying? They never got like hella disrespectful and shit like that. Yeah.
Did you hear anything about Earl's training camp?
No, I wasn't there, buddy.
Yeah, but you know you plugged in.
I could tell you this. I could tell you this though. He damn sure should have Blu-ray in that training camp. I can tell you that right now. Fuck everything else. I know Blu-ray right in there. That's what we do now.
Yeah, Blu-ray ain't been there.
Yeah, nigga, and he ain't looked like Earl Spence since, nigga. He better call Blu-ray ass back right now. Fuck it.
You know, that's what I think.
Taylor Bell said, "Kyle, I was waiting for Thurman to swing on you, so he was suing."
Yo, Kyle
Kyle told me even if I'm with him, Kyle told me even if I'm winning, man, don't. He was like, don't jump in. It was like, I was like, man, I can't let you get beat up by Keith Thurman. He was like, nah, let it happen, man. I'm gonna sue the shit out of.
Oh, listen. You know how I know he wasn't gonna hit me though, DJ?
What's up?
Because he ain't fought in 2 years. He ain't got the money.
But just my reaction at that point would have been, no, don't jump bad with me, man. go jump bad. Go jump bad with Boots.
Hey, listen. You know I'm about to do a video with Boots too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that video that made it around in this.
How about Boots go call him out for that for his fuckery?
Man, they tried to get Keith Thurman. What's his name? Steven Espinoza said they tried to get Keith Thurman to fight Boots. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, he said hell no.
He said no.
I would have told him no too. Shit, don't nobody know that nigga?
No, everybody know that nigga now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What he say? If you don't know me, bet you get to know me now, nigga.
Right.
And check this out though. So what I'm gonna do with the video is, I'm gonna talk my shit like, I'm gonna act like I'm about to get ready for a fight, like get ready to fighting and shit like that. Like, yeah, you know, I'm about to live this shit. All right, I'm not gonna just watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go holler at Boots and be like, you know, I ain't ready for Keith Thurman yet.
Man, take it to Mr. Bosey, man. Keith Thurman don't want to fight, man. We tried to fight him. He
Yo,
don't want
what's
to fight.
up with Clarissa Shields calling?
I don't know what Keith Thurman did to her, man, but she want to put hands on this dude, dog.
What the fuck?
Bro, but everybody calls out Keith Thurman, bro. Gervonta Davis called out Keith. I mean, niggas just don't like him, dog. I'm not the only one, bro.
And I think it's, man, they see that he talks a lot and he don't fight, man. That's I keep going back to that every time. I want people to be clear coming from me. That's my issue with him, dog. He don't fight, man. He don't fight, but he talks like he does. He doesn't fight, man. That man has fought. Think about this, bro. He fought one time he's only fought once since he lost to Manny Pacquiao, and that was 4 years ago.
He's injured, bro.
Hey, listen,
man. If you got an injury that take you 3-4. First of all, what's up, Max? Man, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, Playboy?
Yeah, man.
I got them. Hey, you see my picture that I got them?
Yo, man, you go. Ain't been on the show 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. He's an antagonizer. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring him back. She'll bring herself back.
There you go, man.
But, I thought he might like it. I changed it. I changed it. I zoomed it in a little more.
But L-Dub kind of helped me today on his show. L-Dub was in his bag tonight on his show, man.
Bro, I was over there.
Yeah, he was in rare form, dog. Like, he was like, man, Lee Wood came and got it back from Laura. Why can't Spence come get it back? No, fuck that. Let him fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with the new things that transpired, like, he can just fight Tszyu, get a belt, Charlie comes back down and still an undisputed fight.
And I just finished talking about that a few minutes ago, Max. I just finished talking about that a few minutes ago. I don't think Charlo coming back to 154, bro.
Especially after he gets dog walked by Canelo.
TBD.
Nah, I don't know. I have to see what the drug testing is first before I make that decision.
So you got to see who the judges are?
No, the drug testing.
Oh, the drug tester. Well, you know, WBC involved, so it won't be no drug testing.
So you can take whatever you want.
Yeah. We know what WBC stand for when it comes to Saul Alvarez.
What?
We back Canelo.
Oh, we back Canelo.
All day long.
We back chumps is what it really is.
Cash
we
cow.
back chump.
Jumperoos. Hey, I mean, anyone got a word on the pay-per-view numbers? I heard it was rumored to be 650, but I think that was just domestic.
Yeah, I think it was more than that, bro.
Mike B.
I think it's way more than that.
50 was just domestic.
For the sake of boxing, I hope it's a lot more than that. Because if we couldn't get you guys to buy, if we couldn't get you guys to buy Spence and Crawford, good luck making these other fights.
Yeah.
Nah, Crawford just got to come out of his fucking shell right now. You got the shit. You got the juice, nigga.
Nah, he been out. He been doing.
His interview this morning was a good one.
It damn sure was. I was tuned in. That's what I'm saying. He got the juice.
That's right. He let motherfuckers know that whole PBC was stuck to his ass. Come on, man. He said, I've been trying to get this shit since 2018.
Pop your shit.
Then run their own narrative.
Hey, listen, Max. I'm not gonna let you disrespect Errol Spence, bro. He sat up in the ring and told him, bro, if it wasn't for you, this fight would have never happened, bro.
On that same interview.
I agree with that. If it wasn't for Earl Spence, the fight wouldn't have happened because PBC did not want to give up, did not want what just happened to Earl Spence to happen to Earl Spence or any of their other fighters. I'm not just putting it on Spence, bro. I'm not just going to single out Spence. It was the same way with Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter. PBC did not want Bud to fight any of them, especially if any of them had belts.
But yet he still fought 2 of them though. So and they sent Sean
he got
Porter.
mandated to fight Sean Porter, and PBC did not even put in a bid.
Yeah, it don't matter. The fight happened.
It did.
They could have put Sean in another fight. They could have made a Sean and Danny rematch. You know what I mean? So
I just think it's crazy that Bud got so much respect for Earl, but Max out here trolling Earl. That's crazy.
No, man. Let fans talk let fans talk their shit, man.
Max isn't trolling Earl Spence.
Hey, just in case you think it is, it's not Photoshop, bro. I just took a picture, a factual picture, and put it up there.
Mex ain't necessarily trolling Errol because I think he believes Errol was a warrior and Errol actually got in there.
Errol's my second favorite welterweight. I said that before the fight started.
It's the fans and the narratives that aggravated Mex.
Yeah, so now they got to look at this shit every day. You talk to me, you got to listen to this.
Me and Mex disagree on the whole Errol was ducking Bud shit because I don't think nobody was ducking anybody. He believes that Errol was ducking him. I don't think so. But man, at the end of the day, like I said last night, I went on this thing where it was Cool Boy Steph and Inouye and Bud and Spence. I thank all 4 guys for making these fights happen in their prime.
Absolutely. And I feel the same. Honestly, I mean, whether you like it or not, I feel the same way about Tank King Ryan. I feel the same way about Plant Benavidez.
Right. All of those fights happened when they were supposed to happen.
I don't feel that way about Loma and Haney, though, because Loma took forever. And that's why I didn't like when Loma went on his whole shit about this and that. It's like, bruh, maybe if you would have fought the motherfucking dude 4 years ago, he would have been greener. You would have been in better condition. Like, who knows? You could do that. But now he has outgrown the weight class. So it's like, if you would have fought 4 years ago and lost, you could have got the get back. And Devin Haney still would have been at 135. But I don't want to hear it because you ducked him. Like, it's the same shit. And that's the same thing with, like, Keith Thurman. Like, if Keith Thurman fought Spence, right, and even if it was, like, say, a close back and forth and he took an L, he's like, oh, run that back. Spence, no, fuck no. Like, you're lucky you even got that. That's how I be with him. And I've always supported Spence and not fighting Thurman for what Thurman did to him. Because I'm a petty person, too. I'm not, fuck you.
Right. Like, I'm like, people, like, even got some Bud fans out there who are, oh man, but Spence ducking Keith Thurman though. Like, no, it's called keeping that same energy. Like, bro, you didn't want to fight me when you had the juice. So why should I fight you when I got the juice? People forget that's where that whole big fish shit came from. He was trolling Keith Thurman with that. He's like, I'm the man now, so I ain't got to fight you.
Yeah. I'm down with anybody ducking someone that ducked them. You know what I'm saying? A duck back. I'm down with duck backs. It's all right with me.
You down with duck backs?
That's okay. I'm good with the duck
That's back. A new term. That's a new term for me. And I understood it. I understood it, man. Like, no, you didn't. That's why you hear guys. Like when they go up to the A side, guys, like, man, look, win or lose, right? Win, lose, or draw. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why guys say that. Thank you for the opportunity.
Because in those moments, like, I support duckback so much, I won't even criticize them if who they choose to fight is lesser competition than the person they're ducking. It's just because I would do the same shit. I'm a petty motherfucker too. So it's like when you was champ and I wanted to fight and have my opportunity, you didn't want to give it to me. And now that you lost your belt and I got them, you want me to give it to you. Fuck you.
Nah, I was good with that. I was like, no, you didn't want to fight me, so I ain't got to fight you.
And that's it. And if you want them that bad, if you want these belts that bad, then you get a number 1 contender mandatory and you make a fucking purse bid where you make them have to do it. And guess what? You're getting an 80-20 split. So either way. Fuck it.
Hey,
that's why I actually.
What we go say? What Mitch tell them niggas on the porch? You get nothing around here, B. Until you get that chain back, you get nothing.
You get nothing around. Vic C, what's up, man? Errol reaped what he sowed. He ran his mouth and ate fist for it. I'm sick of this pit. No, you ain't getting no pity, Sarah. No, bro. I can, like I say all the time, I can only speak for myself. He ain't getting no sympathy from me. Shit, you get your ass whooped. You get your ass whooped. It is what it is.
Because look, niggas ain't gonna have the same energy if that was Jake Paul. If that was Jake Paul that ended up getting his ass beat and shit like that, everyone was clowning, making memes, everything. Hey man, he was a warrior, man. Come on, man. And Jake Paul never ducked nobody. How about that? Jake Paul got more heart than all these motherfuckers.
Honestly, I ain't never had the pleasure of speaking to a nigga who would troll a situation. You know what I'm saying? If that was Jake Paul, I wouldn't do it. And if a nigga was around me who did it, I would say the same shit. Because that shit whack. You know what I'm saying?
That's just what they do it for, though. I mean, you don't want your face to look like that, don't jump in the ring.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
Like when everyone was sharing Manny Pacquiao getting fucking dying that night, like everyone shared that shit. Yeah, Lion King memes and shit. Like when Nate Robinson got flatlined, that shit was like,
nah. It was the Michael Jackson memes for me. Manny, are you okay? Are you okay, Manny?
Yo, the
Simple one was like, get up. That's just...
The internet is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
and then when they had have you seen the collage of all of them? It was the Manny Pacquiao, the Nate Robinson, the Conor McGregor. They're all knocked out asleep. I got a slumber party and shit. Bro.
Right.
Internet is undefeated, bro. Like, and it forever will be. But I mean, for me, it's like, bro, it was a long time coming, bro. I've been wanting, like, ever since Ward retired, which was after Mayweather. I said that Bud is the best fighter, period. And that was back then. And I said he was gonna come for everybody. I said, wait till he moves up, because I was waiting for him to move up 147, because he already got once he like Indongo, cool. Indongo was undefeated and looking like someone special at the time. And since then he ain't been shit. But it was like that was 2 belts of the undisputedness. So I was just like, yo, wait till he goes up to 147, bro, because that's where all the names were. And I'm like, Bud's gonna get everybody. And then with the particular shit with the Spence shit, it's like, dude, the Earl Spence fans are some of the craziest fans I've seen since fucking probably Bronze.
Probably Manny Pacquiao?
I was gonna say LeBron's.
No. People forget.
Bronze Sexual's on another level.
No. I don't think y'all remember. You couldn't say a fucking word about Triple G. Like when boxing really started shifting towards YouTube, like I remember this shit. You couldn't say nothing about Gennady Golovkin.
I didn't run into those circles.
Man, dog, like, cause I when I see these interviews and these videos and shit, I go and read the comments, bro, and I'll be reading guys like whole conversations, like wow, you American black baboons can't fuck with Triple G. Wow, really though? Really? That's what we own? Like you couldn't say shit about Gennady Golovkin, bro. Then it shifted to Pacquiao. After Triple G lost to Canelo, then it shifted to Pacquiao.
See, but this fight turned in to the Mayweather Pacquiao saga, where it's like, even at that time that they fought, Pacquiao's probably my second favorite welterweight, at least like one of the top welterweight that I like watching fight. I still like watching him fight. He's exciting to watch. But when it became down between him and Mayweather, it's like, bro, come on, it's not going to be close.
It's not going to be close. It wasn't going to be close. I never thought that fight was going to be close.
I didn't even think it was going to be entertaining. I knew that Mayweather's going to nullify everything he does good. And matter of fact, there was a random YouTube video, and I don't know if he was talking about Pacquiao. This is before the fight. I don't know how long before, but it was randomly. He was talking about the footwork being overrated. And he was talking about the difference between bouncing and pivoting, and that pivoting was superior because you don't have to leave your feet. So you have to leave your feet, people can time you, because once you're in the air, you can't change your direction. Like he was talking about that. I remember that specifically, and I was like, dude, Mayweather is on another level of figuring shit out, bro. And sure enough, what happened. And man, the Canelo fight, the De La Hoya fight, and the fucking Pacquiao fight. I won so much money on that shit because Mayweather is the only person I ever bet on, Mayweather and John Jones. But other than that, I made so much money and I gave it to him forever. I never let him live it down. Even when everyone, even when De La Hoya got beat by Pacquiao, I was like, Mayweather did it first. And when Mayweather did it, he was old and this and that. He was older when Pacquiao did it.
Nobody to take that bet worth a damn. You hear me? I looked left, right, up, down, sideways. I couldn't find nobody to bet on Manny Pacquiao. Even though everybody was saying, "Oh, Floyd running from him, Floyd scared from him." Oh, Floyd gonna do it wrong. Well, put your money up then.
No, I worked at the time. Fuck, where did I work? I worked like in a soccer and shit. It was all Filipinos. My whole crew was. I was a machine operator. Everyone and because they were Filipino. The Canelo fight, they were going for Canelo just because of the anti-Mayweather, because of the Mayweather-Pacquiao shit. So it was like, and I work with a lot of Mexicans. So Mexicans, Filipinos, and they were all on fucking meth. The bet, everything.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
That's obvious. If a nigga bet you Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez, they definitely on meth. DJ, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm still here. I was looking at some on ESPN. You know, it's training camp time, so I'm paying attention to a lot of this stuff now. I'm starting to get back into it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I know it's gonna be cold in Philly, but you're a big guy, so let's roll.
Man, ain't shit gonna make me stand out in damn 20-degree weather for 4 hours. You got me fucked up. I love them to death. I love my Eagles to death, but
do it for the Philly, man. Do it for the Philly. The Philly.
Yeah, I want to go. That's one of my bucket list things, man. See a game in Philly. I want to drive on the Autobahn in Germany. I want to go to Italy, and a couple of things I've already knocked off. I've already been to the Caribbean. I've been to 2 islands in the Caribbean. So I knocked that off, but yeah, man, there's some things that's left on my bucket list. And seeing a Eagles game in Philly is on my bucket list.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be cold whenever you.
Oh,
do
Big
it, so
C, come on, man! Like I said earlier, 95% of the guys, 95 to 98% of the guys at welterweight or junior middleweight, Spence beats them. Like we gonna stop that though. We're gonna stop that narrative. We not gonna act like Spence is all of a sudden trash because he lost to Bud. No, maybe Bud. Like I've always approached it, like Bud is that damn good. So it ain't that Spence is trash. No, Bud that goddamn good, man. Nah, man, I ain't riding with that. Like I still think not Bud, but I still think Spence will beat Lubin. I think Spence can beat Mendoza. Hell, Spence might give some good work to Ramos.
Spence get some work to Boots.
He ain't fighting Boots. I'm not entertaining that. He ain't fighting Boots, man. That man ain't going back to 147. And we don't know how long it's going to be before Boots moves up to 154. Like I said earlier, there is no, if I'm Boots, there is no resistance at 147 now. Because I think Bud is about to move up. Let me turn this down. Bud is about to move up. I firmly believe Virgil Ortiz is about to move up. So who's left at 147 now? Keith Thurman don't fight. So who's left? Alexis Rocha?
I guess he ain't
Cody
going
Crowley
either.
Mario
I think Thurman will fight him for a belt when they become vacated.
I don't think he'll fight it, man.
Bet he won't.
I don't think he'll fight him, bro. Belt or no belt, I don't think he'll fight him.
I mean, the only thing he has is a chance is okay, so if they
If Bud moves up and vacates all 4 titles, which he's going to because he has no plans of coming back down, that's 4 whole sanctioning bodies with their fucking 1 and 2 hopefully fight, which they could be looking crazy after that with everyone out. So it might be Thurman or Boots getting like some random fucking, you know what I mean, Yugoslavian fucking, you know what I mean, for the belt. So it's like if they have any plans on unifying.
Right now, if Bud were to vacate tomorrow, Boots would become the IBF champion. You would get Alexis Rocha fighting somebody for the WBO belt, and then you get Stanionis, who would be elevated to the WBA champion, and then that leaves the WBC, where Keith Thurman would fight somebody for a vacant WBC belt.
Damn, and he's still not gonna fight.
Do you think he would unify the titles with? I mean, just thinking about it, right? Do you think Keith Thurman would realistically unify with Jerron Ennis?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Nah, I think he would just win the WBC belt, be a whatever time champion, and retire.
He'd catch whiplash again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't think Keith Thurman will fight Jerron Ennis, man. Personally. Belted. He was like, I got a belt. What I need to fight him for? Like, why can't I could go unify with Stanionis.
I mean, he might just move the fuck up and still try to get a Butter Spence fight.
Hey,
man, come on, man.
Is Thurman Hall of Fame?
Fuck. I mean,
as a former unified champion, I don't know. Like default, he's not a multiple time champion like Sean Porter, and he's not a multiple division champion like Danny Garcia.
If Spence makes it, Thurman's making it.
Yeah, and I was just about to say. So Spence was a unified champion. Keith Thurman was a unified champion. So unless Spence goes up and wins another belt at junior middleweight, Spence is borderline right now, but I don't think his career is over. I think Keith Thurman's career is closer to being over than Errol Spence.
Yeah, he got 1 or 2 fights.
In my opinion. I still think Spence has 4 or 5 fights left in him.
Can I say this though?
Yeah.
He did something Keith Thurman didn't do.
Say what now?
He did something that Keith Thurman didn't do.
What's that?
He got 3 titles.
That's cool. But
that's what I said. That's the difference between them is he got 3. But
yeah.
But I mean, that's why I said earlier. I mean, earlier I was kind of just talking shit, but like really thinking about it, if you compare their resumes and their performances, I mean, Thurman's is kind of like better than Spence's because of this fucking loss. Because Thurman has 1 loss against Manny, and it wasn't as bad as this 1 loss. But Manny isn't as good as Bud, so there's that.
Manny was old as fuck.
Manny was older. Manny wasn't even in his prime when he beat Keith Thurman, bro.
That's all I'm saying. Manny's not as good.
Like Spence lost to Bud in his prime. Like
Spence lost to the best fighters
in his prime. Yeah, Keith Thurman was still in his prime. Manny Pacquiao was way past his prime because they tried to convince us that Manny Pacquiao was past his prime when he fought Floyd. Yeah. Floyd aged out Manny Pacquiao, but he ended up beating Keith Thurman for Keith Thurman's title 4 years after Floyd beat it. So
but Thurman had been out the ring for a substantial amount of time.
Nah, they fought in because I remember that was 2019, dog. Like I remember all them big fights. That's the same year that that's the same year when Spence beat up on Mikey. That's the same year that Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Like he fought Josecito Lopez in January and then turned around and fought Manny in what was it, April or something like that?
Damn, I forgot about that fight.
Yeah, he fought Josecito Lopez in his comeback fight. Got hit with a falcon punch in that fight.
Yeah. He curled.
And then Manny was in July.
I want to say Errol and Mikey fought in April or it was April, May when they fought. And then I think Keith Thurman and Manny fought in July. And I think Anthony Joshua lost in April and then came back in, I want to say September, October, and fought Andy again and got his belts back. That was the same year that what's the name that Wilder knocked out Brazil, and he knocked out who was it? He knocked out Ortiz in Brazil that same year. So yeah, I remember 2019 now.
Yeah, Cap and Bud will never be better than fucking Manny, bro.
Oh man, what's up, Hero?
Bud would have beat the shit out of Manny.
Yeah, okay. Then you woke up.
And that's why
At any point in their career.
Like, I think we see now why Bob Arum was like, nah, Manny, I can't let you do that, bro.
Yeah, he was protecting Bud.
He was protecting Bud.
Was. Could have mopped the floor with
You're
Manny,
a
bro.
silly goose, Piro.
Piro, you know what, man? I can't tell whether you bullshit sometimes, man.
Actually, I don't know. To be honest, I think oh shit, I wish it would. I mean, I wish I would have seen them in their primes. You know, like I mean, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I could see Bud winning. I could see Manny winning. You know, the awkward styles, bro. It's a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, that a lot of people couldn't figure out that blitz of Manny Pacquiao. Like when Manny Pacquiao decided he wanted to explode, man, pause. Like those, like a lot of people weren't able to figure that out. Same thing with Shane Mosley. That Shane Mosley blitz when Shane Mosley would blitz back in the day. Like a lot of people weren't able to figure that out.
Yeah. And actually, now that I think about it, I actually would favor Bud in that fight, prime for prime.
Mm-hmm.
Just a style matchup, you know.
Yeah, Bob told
Bud
me,
by
nah,
stoppage.
man.
Bud by stoppage.
I don't know by stoppage, but counter. Well, maybe by stoppage. Shit, they both hit hard. Yeah, it's just fucking Manny has trouble with counter punchers.
Yeah, he'd have given that Marquez stoppage.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. As soon as I saw the Marquez fights, bro, I knew he could never lose to Floyd, man. But Pacquiao's still great. I still like Pacquiao. He's great.
Yeah, undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of my favorite Pacquiao fights was when he retired Oscar De La Hoya. That tickled me.
It beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, that tickled me. I was tickled pink when he retired Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it too, man. I mean, I watch it all the time, to be honest, man. Fuck Oscar.
I used to like Oscar, but I can't remember when I decided I didn't like Oscar that much. But I used to love Oscar actually when I was younger. But I remember Vargas for the Fernando fight was going for Fernando already at that point, so I had everything turned on him.
That I was just about to say. That's the exact moment when I quit liking Oscar, when he beat up on ferocious Fernando. Man, I was rooting for Fernando Vargas in that fight.
Oscar's the biggest hype job of all time, bro.
Hey, he fought everybody.
Yeah, that's why he's the biggest hype job.
Piro, I gotta give that.
He fights everybody, but he loses to everybody.
Yeah, he did.
I gotta give that to Michael Grant. I gotta give that to Michael Grant. To me, Michael Grant was the biggest hype job.
He was pretty big. He was a pretty big hype job. I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
was that the dude that stalked the dude after the?
No.
That was the heavyweight, man, that Lennox Lewis knocked out in like 2 rounds.
Yeah.
He was like 30. He was 30-0. I think he had like 25, 26 knockouts. Man, he was supposed to be the guy to beat Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis knocked him out in like 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And
Tua was supposed to beat Lewis too.
Who?
David Tua.
Oh yeah, David. Yeah, but David Tua
down back then. Tua was kind of a hype too. No cap.
Yeah, Tua.
Oh man, you see him against Mark Hunt, Biabuche, bro. Woo, that was a good fight.
Oh yeah, bro, that's a slot. Sorry, I don't know how both those dudes even had brains still after that fight.
Who, Tua and Ike Biabuche?
Yeah, bro, that was just like, and you can hear them shits. What? Like, bruh. Hey, they were
Lennox. I hate him too.
Hey, Lennox is fucking hard.
I don't hate him, but I just don't like him.
I mean, fuck him because he's a Brit and shit. But other than that,
no. I like the
man. My disdain for Lennox Lewis comes from the same disdain I have for Antonio Tarver. Lennox Lewis beat up on Evander Holyfield, and I ain't like that shit.
Get out your feelings.
I ain't like one goddamn second of it. So fuck it.
Fighters get beat up, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, but man, I don't care.
There it is. I mean, that's why I don't like Oscar, to be honest. That's why I don't like Oscar. I was a little kid when that happened.
I ain't like it, Hero. I ain't like it.
No, when you beat Chavez?
Yeah. I was a little kid, though. I mean, you know, but still, fuck up.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. I was a
That's
kid.
how I feel about
I was
Rashad
a
Evans
kid, man.
when he did the Chuck.
What he did to Chuck.
Yep, Chuck was my favorite before John Jones.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Rashad did that to Chuck. I was like, yo, that was crazy.
Bruh.
And to make it even more unbelievable, when Rashad said he just closed his eyes and threw it.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it in the moment. He just closed his fucking eyes and threw it. That's why I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, not better than Chuck. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, Chuck shouldn't have signed a contract. There it is.
But and that was I think that was the beginning of the end for Chuck right there.
I like all savage fighters. I
don't think he won another fight.
No, he did. He won a couple.
I think he beat Tito.
No, he
That was
didn't fight
before that.
Tito after that.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Nah, he fought fucking Rich Franklin after
Franklin?
that.
He fought Rich Franklin after that. Yeah.
Rampage after that. Fucking
Hey, real quick though, I want to say something to Piro.
What's up, man?
Julio Cesar Chavez got what he deserved for the way they robbed Pernell Whitaker.
They didn't rob Pernell Whitaker. It was a draw.
You know,
Yeah, you're right. That's what never wanted to fight after that.
Is it what?
He's right. Chuck never won a fight after that. He had just beat Vanderlei, and they got knocked out by Rashad. And they got knocked out by Shogun, knocked out by Rich Franklin, and then he lost to that Tito Ortiz, that most recent one, 2018. That was trash, but he had lost to Rampage before that.
Oh, so it was really over when
Rampage knocked him out way before.
Yeah, but I didn't mind Rampage. I mean, Chuck, I was still going for Chuck every time, but I like Rampage too. I always like Rampage.
Yeah, when I seen him knock a nigga out from slamming him, I was like, oh my God.
That was the second time Rampage knocked him out because he knocked him out in Pride too. That's why Dana won't do no more cross promotion shit. That's exactly why Dana White won't do no more cross promotion, because when they were doing that with Pride, this was right after the UFC had this is right after the Fertitta brothers had bought the UFC, and they sent Chuck over to fight, sent Chuck over to Japan to fight in Pride, and Pride was supposed to send like Vanderlei Silva or Shogun back to the UFC, and they didn't. They welched on it. So Dana was like, okay, bet I won't do no more cross promotion shit.
The UFC is gay.
Shit, you shit me. I wish I'd have bought that UFC card as opposed to that Earl card.
Hey, I talked about that shit too.
Yeah.
Hey, so all my picks won, except for I thought Blachowicz was gonna win that shit. I thought he was gonna wrestle more, but whatever.
All my picks won except for the main event. I thought Dustin was gonna beat I thought Dustin was gonna beat Gaethje.
I figured Dustin been out too long.
But all my other picks were right there.
It's like soft.
No, he just fought. When did he fight?
He fought McGregor like 2 years ago.
No, he fought
Dustin
since then.
fought Michael Chandler recently.
Yeah.
Dustin knocked out Michael Chandler.
Yeah, it was late last year when he choked out Michael Chandler. He choked out Michael Chandler.
That's right.
Yeah, he fought Michael Chandler late last year. Yeah, and before that, after he beat McGregor a couple years ago, remember he fought Charles Oliveira. And then he fought
out of him too.
UFC's for wannabe boxers, man.
Hey man, them MMA hands look good in them 4-ounce gloves. I ain't gonna lie.
God, Dustin could just never get the big one, bro.
I swear, man.
He's so good against anybody as long as there's nothing on the line. Like,
who you talking about?
Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
He could never quite get on.
He's like, oh yeah, cowboy, watch this.
Shit, Justin too. Shit, he fought for that title twice and lost. Khabib and Charles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Same thing with Dustin.
But Dustin been doing it his whole life.
Yeah, I think Justin caught one in Strikeforce. I think he had a title in Strikeforce.
Yeah, he did. He came over as the champ.
I thought
Who did?
Justin.
Yeah, Justin Gaethje. Yeah, he came over as a champ. Yeah, I remember him when he was in World Series of Fighting, which is now the PFL, by the way.
Yeah, they about to take shit over, by the way.
Yeah, once they buy
PFL?
Bellator.
PFL.
Once they buy Bellator, yeah.
It's about to be over.
That's gonna be a big move, man.
I don't know,
can't-
man. I think the brand is too strong, bro.
Nah, bro, because there's a
Man,
lot
I'm
of
telling
there's a
you,
lot
man.
UFC
of
is the
available
UFC,
free
man.
agents.
Because
There's a lot
PFL
of
is about to
available
go
free agents.
to they about to
Nate
go
can
to the
go over
zone.
there. If
But
Diaz
also,
go over there, that's a problem.
I mean, yeah, but they're gonna have to get some prime stars to go, or else they're pretty much bare knuckle with gloves.
Shit, they're out there. Shit, you can still go out there
But
and get
I'm
Darren
talking about
Till.
the fights that they can put on, bro. Like once they if they really absorb Bellator, because I think Paramount is about to drop Bellator. So once they absorb Bellator, like you got to think about the fights that are going to happen over there.
Ooh.
Like Ryan Bader and Francis Ngannou can happen. You got Thiago Santos and
That is not
Vadim
gonna happen.
Nemkov. Like
Those are not
there's
good
gonna be
fights.
That is not gonna happen. Let's not get it twisted. Ryan Bader sucks,
Ryan Bader don't suck at heavyweight.
bro. He sucks, bro.
I want the easy man. That's probably one of the best promos ever, man. Shout out to Daniel Cormier. I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader.
I want Ryan Bader. Yo, and
That's
it's true
still to
because
be-
Bader wasn't shit in the UFC.
But that's the thing. So we know Bader wasn't shit in UFC, and he's all this in Bellator. So
If
it's
he
like,
beating up old niggas.
that's what I'm saying. So how can you be considered elite? They got to really get some prime talent. They need to get a superstar in their prime from
Well,
UFC.
hold on.
to
They
go.
got Michael Venom Page over there. That's the problem. They got
But he
Michael
ain't
Venom
shit.
Page over
But
there.
they got AJ McKee over there,
They
bro.
got AJ McKee over there.
He's injured, but yeah, he's there. But he running out people to fight too.
Yeah, you're right.
They got what's his
You don't
name,
see
man?
AJ McKee and Pitbull
One
fucking
guy
fight
that's
7.
highly underrated right now. He's like 27
Hey,
and
ain't one of
0.
them Pettis brothers over there? Sergio.
Yeah,
Sergio?
Sergio's over there. Sergio's the champion.
Another UFC dropout.
Sergio always been nice though.
Yeah, but he's a UFC dropout, so
Yeah.
that's the problem. They need to like pull somebody from there. And they need to take even someone that may not be prime, but like a Usman right now. Take Usman.
But even in this thing, man, and see, look, this is what I say though, bro. You
Hey,
look
what
at
if they
guys.
get Derek? What if they get Derek though? Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis just came off.
Oh,
of
they could get Big
Yeah,
Beast.
he a free agent now. He a
They
free
could
agent
get
now.
Black Beast.
We're
So-
gonna do him and Ngannou part 2 of fucking the sleep fest.
But this is what I say
Hey, man,
about
we ain't got time
about
for your
Bellator and
complaining, man.
PFL and
Hold
ONE
on,
FC.
DJ. I'm sorry, bro. We ain't got time for your complaining, man. You're just trying to figure out a way to keep UFC on top. Sometimes it's good that there's competition around. Maybe it
There is no
elevates even
competition,
more.
bro. It's too strong. It's EuroLeague NBA. It doesn't matter how good the EuroLeague gets or how good their players may be. They're not the NBA, and you won't know till they get there.
Well,
UFC branded
Max.
themselves.
Well, Max. To counter that point, you got guys like Corey Anderson who went over to Bellator and still ain't won a belt. You got guys like Benson Henderson who was a champion in the UFC, never won a belt in Bellator.
Shit, you got
Like,
guys like what's that white boy's name? Sage Northcutt over there in the PFL ain't won shit.
not PFL, but one. I know what you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
one championship. My bad.
Yeah, you got Eddie Alvarez, who's a champion in Bellator and the UFC.
But
and had
here's
his
the thing. Here's the counter to that argument. They went to Bellator because they were already done in UFC. Like they're done with the big time. They went to the second best to try to see them still get it.
Corey
They don't got
Anderson was in his prime. Corey Anderson was still in his prime when he left. Like Benson Henderson was still in his prime when he left.
Benson was definitely in his prime when he left.
Like that was the big like a few years ago, that was the big seismic shift. People thought it was going to change a lot of things because Benson Henderson left in his prime to go to Bellator.
Shit, they had Rory McDonald in his prime.
Rory McDonald,
He
yeah.
was already beat the shit.
Yeah,
I think
he
the
was a
closest
savage,
prime.
though.
Unfortunately, it feels like the closest prime dude they have, which his prime has always been a mystery, It's probably Yoel, but then he waited too long to get going.
No, Mex, you
They
had a guy,
definitely don't have
but
no
you also
prime.
had a guy who was doing work over here in the middleweight division. He left and hit in the middle of his prime and went over to Bellator and became a champion. And
Who you talking about?
Gegard Mousasi.
Oh, Gegard.
Oh, Musashi, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
Gegard
true.
Mousasi went over.
Gegard
Gegard Mousasi was
Musashi's
ranked like
not a
number.
fucking star though.
Gegard Mousasi was ranked like number 3 in the.
But
He
he's
was
not
like ranked
putting no
number 3
ashes
in the
in
UFC.
seats.
No, he's not. It's a shame people don't know who. People didn't know who Gegard Mousasi was. Gegard Mousasi was a motherfucker, bro.
He was a gangster too. He was talking shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But the gangster of all gangsters to me will forever be Michael Bisping. Like, that's the gangster of all gangsters when it comes to MMA. That man fought half his fucking career with one eye.
Yeah.
And became champion.
I would say
that's the gangster of all gangsters right there.
Him and Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen talked
Man, Chael talked a big game. Now I will say this: when Chael choked out Shogun, that was impressive.
When he beat the shit out of fucking Anderson for 5 rounds was impressive. Nobody had did it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
he had it too. He fucking had it.
He fucking had it, man.
And that's like a fucking Shakespearean play right there. That's just comedy and tragedy all wrapped up in one, bro. Like, it was there. But
yeah.
I loved how he carried himself after, how he acted like he didn't lose and shit. Like,
carrying around the belt.
Next fight, I forgot who he beat. But his very next fight, he cut the second best promo of all time in the UFC. Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck.
Yo, it might have been Bisping.
No, it wasn't Bisping. It was somebody else, man. I have to look at. No, I don't think it was Brian Stan. Oh man, it was somebody of note who he beat. I'm trying to remember, man. But he cut a great promo. But still to this day, man, the best promo to me was Daniel Cormier against Ryan Bader. Bader, I didn't get out of any fight. I didn't get out of any fights with you, Bader. Like, come on, Bader, I'll beat your ass like I was supposed to. You know what? I wanted to fight you because I just wanted an easy paycheck.
Nah. The best promo was definitely Daniel Cormier, Brock Lesnar.
yeah, it was Brian Stan, bro. And then it was Michael Bisping.
I thought so.
Yep. And then right after they fought, after Stan and Bisping fought Silva again.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar had a good one after he beat Frank Mir. Can you see me now?
No, I'm talking about when Daniel called him out. When he
after he knocked out Stipe.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier had some good mic skills, man. Pause.
Yeah, big pause. I thought they were gonna fight. I was like, holy shit, Brock Lesnar versus Steve.
And then Brock kindly went back and thought about that shit and said, nah, I think I'll stay with WWE.
Yeah. Wise decision.
Push me now, go to sleep later.
Right. Push me now, go to sleep later.
Yeah. Man, these guys been cutting some good promos, man.
DJ, I was mad as hell, bro. I was sitting in my living room like, fuck, I gotta choose between the UFC card that is stacked and this fucking one fight.
Nah, I was watching both of them. I was watching both cards. I had the UFC on my phone and I had the Spence fight on TV. I was watching both of them. So I was watching guys get knocked out and choked out in the UFC. The same time I was watching boxing, man. So
I had 2 screens on my shit.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
But the August 19th card is gonna be stacked too, bro.
Can we say this, dog? The reason why that you didn't do $1 million buys is because nobody gives a fuck about Pitbull Cruz. Can we just say that?
That ain't it.
That's definitely it. They've been trying to shove him down people's eyeballs.
Bud and Spence are not stars like that, though. They're just really good fighters.
Isak ain't shit, though.
Yeah, Isak fucking sucked that night.
Well, just period.
He lost that fight.
Hey, listen. If who was on that undercard of Tank and Ryan?
Who was the co-main event?
David Morrell, wasn't it Morrell?
I think so. The
I
autism.
think
It was
Morrell was on
somebody.
that card.
It was somebody that we want. Yeah, I think it was somebody that niggas
Nah,
felt like they wanted to
Morrell was
see.
definitely on that card because I remember I was telling my homies about David Morrell. I was like, look, like this guy right here, see this guy, he's a motherfucker. I was like, this fight ain't gonna last long. Y'all might as well come on in. Then the fight ends up lasting like a round or two. It was like everybody's jaw dropped. I was like, man, listen, let me tell y'all about this guy, David Morrell.
It was David Morrell, and then it was Gabe Rosado and Elijah Garcia.
And, Gabe Rosado and what's his name? Beck the Bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was that young boy Elijah Garcia.
What's his name was on that card too? Joey Spencer and Ramos.
No, that was the same one with El Rayo and Colbert and that might have been Benavidez.
Ramos and Joey Spencer was Plant Benavidez.
Yeah, Plant Benavidez. And that was also El Rayo and Colbert and what was the other one? There's another one and Villa and Speedy.
Villa and Speedy was on a Tank card when he fought Garcia.
Hey, guys, I got big news. This is really for Mex though. I got something coming called Malibu Sports Club, right? So I'm gonna start playing the fights at Malibu Burgers.
Is that plant-based bullshit?
I didn't actually eat.
Come on, man. I ain't gonna be in no tranny environments. You know that already.
Lord.
Now with a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, Max, I got a question. So, word through the grapevine is Earl ain't fighting no more this year. So
now a quick word from the sponsor.
Fuck. So I mean, if I'm Bud, I go straight to Tim Zoo in that belt. Fuck it.
What you want to see Bud do?
Straight to Tim Zoo in the belt. It's the only available belt he can get right now because if Charlo and Canelo fighting in September, I mean, the Charlo's probably gonna fight for the rest of the year, at least till the beginning of next year. So I don't think Bud wants to be out of the ring that long. From his interview today, Bud is very conscious of everything that's going on. He's conscious of how old he is. He's conscious of not to move up too heavy. Like, he's a smart guy, bro. He doesn't. Like, he likes to push the limits, but he already said, like, there's weight classes for a reason. Like, those boys is big up there. Like, he knows. He's not going to be like, oh, yeah, I could, like, Tank over here, like, oh, I'm fucking knock everyone out. Like, I mean, Tank has a chance to, but, like, come on, man.
Yeah, what's Tank supposed to take?
That's true.
Oh, we got a bad
Is it me? Is it you?
Is it me?
Yeah, it might be me. Oh, it's Kyle. It's Kyle.
Is it Kyle?
Yeah.
No, I'm still hearing it.
You are? I ain't hearing it.
Yeah.
You hear it, Gotham?
It might be DJ.
I don't hear it right now at all.
Let me see.
I had my mic muted.
No, I'm gonna say, but do you hear the echo or no?
Mute your phone. Everybody mic real quick. All right. Y'all hear me? Am I echoing? All right, go ahead, Max.
Is it me? Did you guys see Earl Spence get his ass whipped?
Shut up. DJ, go ahead.
Yo.
That's the Gotham City Bully.
Is it me? I don't hear it though.
I don't hear nothing.
No,
hello.
It is. Gotham City Bully. Everybody mute. Well, all right.
How about now? You hear DJ or not?
Yo.
Yeah, you still here?
Nah. Mix.
What's up?
Yeah, I still hear myself.
Oh, I don't hear.
That's DJ. Well, shit. Listen, guys. We've been on for 2.5 hours. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Mex, I don't know if you going to sleep or not.
I was eating some tacos.
All right, well, y'all
can stay on as long as you want. I'm just saying y'all know that.
I'm finna slide out too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of them. But hey, at least we got it in. And you actually did a night show tonight.
No,
Shout
it
out
was
to
a
you.
great show.
Shout out to all the chat, all
back.
super chat.
Hey,
Hey,
if you guys
in Atlanta,
pull up next
weekend,
August
11th.
In the words of the great philosopher,
Man, I'm out.
In the words of the great philosopher, Lil E, I want y'all to breathe air and live life. You know, it's always a treat when players meet. Thank y'all for breaking bread with me. Shop DemonTimeExotics.com. Peace.